We're live.
Yes, sir. What's going on, y'all? Uh-oh. We got a great show for you guys tonight. Let's get to it. We just warming up. Give it a minute. Hold on, man. Uh-oh. Hey, Joe, does it show? Are you live on yours too, or
Yeah, I'm live on mine as well. I'm live on Instagram and on YouTube, as far as I understand. If you guys are live, we're live on Instagram, we're live on YouTube. If you're on Instagram, if you're on YouTube, if you guys can hear me, give me a thumbs up. And let me know where you guys are watching from, just so I know that you guys can hear me as well.
make sure y'all can hear the music too?
Can you guys hear the music? Is it coming through on your end? Let us know in the comments if you can hear it. Can you guys hear the music? Is it coming through on your end? Let us know in the comments if you can hear it. I see Simo27 from California is watching on YouTube. Give a thumbs up. You can hear us. How about the music? How's the music coming across to you guys? Stellar Comms Consult says thumbs up. You guys can hear us.
Let's try something.
We got David. David, greetings from Cali, Colombia. It's heartwarming the endeavors take upon the motherland. All right.
Oh, Cali, Colombia in the building. Oh shoot.
Want to Ghana, love the life of the African people. Oh, went to Ghana, love the life of the African people. Shout out to Sherry. Global Nomad. Hello from Surreal DC. The real DC indeed. It's crazy in DC right now.
26 inches
Yeah.
just to keep my roll on. The Jesus songs on, make them bitches get low and keep that ass raised up like that Dre 6-4. Hey, come up in my hood, bet them bitches no chill. If you tell them you with him, all them bitches gon' strip.
And this song right here is from the King album. I happen to be a T.I. fan at the time. I was listening to a lot of T.I. and I had the King album on repeat all the time. So very familiar with that song right there. Side to side. A little Pimp C sample.
It's the good way from a boy gangster. Swinging on T.I.S.'s and phones. Gorillas and blades and trues and bows. I'm a player, you can tell by how I choose my pose. When it gets to swinging on the curb, you might lose your toes. Dedicated to the slam, the dunks, the drop, the candy painted cars with the chopped off top. And put your diamonds up against the wood wheel. Lean back up on your leather, chuck a dude, show your grill. Keep
real. I forgot about this song. I really listen to this a lot because I know the lyrics and everything. And so for those of you who are following from my side and my channels, this is something new we are doing. I'm joining Imani and Top Hill's live stream. We're going to be reacting to some videos today and, join us for the ride. This is something new that I haven't done as of yet, so I'm looking forward to this experience doing a reaction because I haven't done it and it's time.
Switching lane to lane, leaning on the switch, sipping on the bar, smoking green and hitting licks, bumping kick, short baby in a candy river roof. Drop the top and pimp the lot and watch the trunk do tricks. Keep my money on my mind. Keep a track and keep a swisher full of pine. You know, like I know you put try on a jacket for my candy car, you must wanna die. I don't really wanna hit you with this hot thing. I just wanna.
So again, can you guys hear the music? Are you guys? What do we got? You guys able to hear the music?
Banging on the screw and keep the pistol right here in the door. Never let go, ass niggas die. And we never let go, ass niggas die. Niggas these days talk more than the bitch. Internet gangster, chick boy thick. Shut the fuck up, dog. Big boy stick. Being fake niggas, we just don't mix. They hooking too tight, now it's dick on dick. I take what I take, cause it helps me think. You should be careful what you put in your drink, little boy. Certified, womanized, yeah. Turn up on that little bitch from nice. Yeah, I feed her to love. Me and my niggas ahead of the time, yeah. Put the future behind us, king. We don't fuck with that boy, take him off of the lineup, king. He's got a hole inside him, look at his timeline, king. I just came from Kenya, I'm headed to Ghana, king. No, I'm serious, the shine is too real, it might fuck with your iris. Witness amazing things, fuck with a winner dog. First start, whipping the devil's car. How you say bomb man? Please don't mention our names. You'll be there fucking with a Shark Tank. We get straight to it, point blank. We get real busy, long days. We just lock in sweet long threads. It's ironic how all of my girls would give me the but they all red. I've been dreaming big since a small bed. I didn't do the talking, wasn't all 10. Pussy You niggas got balls talking all that shit. Niggas these days talk more than a bitch. Internet gangster, click boy click. Shut the fuck up, dog. Hey boy shit. Being fake niggas, we just don't mix. They hugging too tight, now it's dick on dick. I take what I take, cause it helps me think. You should be careful what you put in your drink, little boy. Certified womanizer, yeah. Turn up that little bitch from nice. Yeah, I feed her to love. Just before I go. Me and my niggas ahead of the time, yeah. Put the future behind us, king.
It's my jelly fella. No Adidas deal, now a nigga getting better cheddar. Got the brand new Pele leather. He Simon Oberetta. Alexander Wayne campaign can do Cali Bella. Now it's in the fashion show.
Is that A$AP Ferg?
Wanna blast a hoe. I know why you capping dope. I don't wanna cap a hoe. Walking like a cute dog. Dirty like a kappa dog. Woo! Could be what we're listening though. Rest in peace to Yemi. He the reason why I'm stacking dope. I'm scared of the heaven before I die. Make a Billy got my bars, then I'm felon. Put from a river nigga talk. Crazy hit him with the seven after left. Boom, boom, boom. Natty senior Ferg belly trap low on the belly finna get the mother.
You niggas got balls talking all that shit. Niggas these days talk hard. Internet gangster, click boy click. Shut the fuck up, dog. Hey boy shit. Me and fake niggas, we just don't mix. They hugging too tight, now it's dick on dick. I take what I take, cause it helps me think. You should be careful what you put in your drink, little boy. Certified womanizer, yeah. Turn up that little bitch from nice. Yeah, I feed her to love just before I go. Me and my niggas ahead of the time, yeah. Put the future behind us, king.
I don't think we can hear you. Imani, I don't know if we can hear you.
All right.
There we go. There we go.
Hey,
there he is.
We getting it together. We getting it together, man. We here. We back. Y'all can hear me loud and clear. All right. Let's go ahead and get to it, man. 3, 2, 1. Top Hill, episode 236. Welcome to another episode of the Top Hill Live. This is your boy, Mr. Top Hill Live, aka Imani Raw. And also, shout out to the official Carmen. Round of applause for her. You missed you, Carmen. For all the Top Hill people, man, Carmen will be back. No worries. She's probably going to be joining the live chat soon. But we got a very, very, very special guest in the building, man, to hold it down. You hear me? We got the authentic African in the building. My man, Joe, what's going on, man? Shout out to Joe in the building. Round of applause.
What's up, Imani? I appreciate it. I'm happy to be here at Top Hill.
Yeah, man.
Thanks for having me.
It's an honor to have you on, man. It's a pleasure, man. It's super dope. You guys don't know, both me and Joe were down in Atlanta at InvestFest. That's where we met up, and just like, man, it's just the stars kind of align, man. It's just like, man, your mission, my mission is kind of like the same. So we gotta go ahead and chop it up, man. So it's a pleasure for me and Carmen. We're very, very happy to have you on. And yeah, man, we're gonna have a lot of fun tonight, man.
Absolutely, and I'm happy to be here, man. What you guys have been doing with the platform is impressive, and yeah, we got a chance to chop it up. I did a live stream like immediately following the InvestFest conference, and I told everybody, you don't go to InvestFest to sit in those rooms and hear people from the stage. You go to InvestFest to network and to build.
Yeah.
You either network across or you build with people who are doing what it is that you're looking to do, and you can learn from them. And so for me, that was what was the most impactful piece, is that I walked out of there. Now I'm here on this live stream, and so many other conversations that I had that are building into something that's going to be truly special. So yeah, for those of you who didn't go, next year you should be there. 25,000 people were there.
Facts, absolutely. And just to second that, man, I had the honor to be at every single InvestFest. I was there the very first year where they only had 2,000 people to, now this year them having 25,000 people. And one thing, the biggest lesson I learned, Joe, is that absolutely right. You can get value from listening to the speakers and going to do all that, but the biggest value you get is networking and meeting people that are on your mission, man. So I had my most fun being in that vendor marketplace, walking around.
Yeah, me too.
Shaking hands and kissing babies, man. So it was dope, man. It was a really, really dope experience. And yeah, man. And now we here. You know what I mean? The Top Hill and Authentic African collaboration. Just when you guys start, you know what I mean? Like, this is what you guys needed. This is what you guys wanted. So we're going to bring it to you guys. You know what I mean? So
Absolutely.
let's get to it, man. So you guys already know this show. Well, some of you guys may not know. Shout out to all the Authentic Africans out there. But Top Hill is all about a platform that bridges the gap between the culture for Africans in the continent and Africans in the diaspora. So this is the hub right here. We come together, we build together, we learn together, and we're all here to support each other. You know what I mean? So I'm always for the the constructive criticism that so many of our gracious viewers give us. You know what I mean? But like I said, we're here to learn, and we're also here to grow together. So we got a great show for you guys lined up today. Yeah, man, we're gonna get right into the reactions, man. So first things first. Well, before I get into it, Joe, is there anything else you wanted to dive into on the intro before we hop in or anything?
Yeah, man. I mean, look, just for those of you who aren't as familiar with me, my platform is called Authentic African, and we are on the same mission. This is why we're here. So my goal is to bridge the gap between Africans living on the continent and Africans living in the diaspora. I'm a first generation or second generation, depends on how you describe it, American, born and raised in the U.S., dual citizen between United States and Sierra Leone. I represent it every day on my wrist. And the platform really is to get people to do one of three things, right? It's to get them to move, visit, or invest. And then within the investing, start a business on the continent of Africa. And so, everything I do is based around that. And if there's any opportunity I have to share the knowledge that I have from living on the continent for a little over 4 years, investing and traveling to the continent for the past 15 years, that's what I'm here to do. And so I'm glad to be on your stream with your people to be able to share whatever it is I can to this group. So looking forward to it.
For sure, man. And then for the people as well too, man, can you let them know like what countries you've been to in Africa and what country you represent again?
Yeah, so I rep Sierra Leone. I lived in Ghana as well. So I lived in Sierra Leone for a year. I've been going to Sierra Leone on and off though since '86, really, for the first time. But like as an adult, I went in 2010 and then subsequently 2017 through 2020, and then moving there. I was going twice a year. Even when I was living in Los Angeles, I was still going to Sierra Leone twice a year. And then when I moved to Ghana, I was going to Sierra Leone back and forth. I did live in Ghana as my landing spot at first. As a softer landing. It's a little easier. Many of the things that you're used to in the West are available there in Ghana. So that made it a little simple transition. I worked in Ghana as the head of advertising for Jumia Ghana, which is an e-commerce platform. They call themselves the Amazon of Africa, publicly traded on the New York Stock Exchange. So I did that for a year. In that process, I went to Egypt for the first time. So I went to Egypt. When I was there, we did our like our sales conference in Egypt. Been to Gambia, Nigeria, Sierra Leone, Ghana, Tanzania, and then Ethiopia.
Okay.
So those are all of the stops that I've made thus far. I spend most of my time going back and forth between Ghana and Sierra Leone, just because I have projects going on in Sierra Leone and in Ghana. And so, but I do plan to visit multiple places. Kenya's on the list. Of course, South Africa's on the list. So I got to make those two things happen.
Shout out to Kenya.
You know when somebody's been to Kenya because they get those bracelets that you can never take off.
Right, exactly.
I already know.
That's a fact. Big Kenya. Shout out to Kenya, man. Yeah, a little bit about my background too, man. So I am what people would consider a foundational Black American. My parents, my ancestry were descendants of slaves, but my father always knew that we came from the continent of Africa. He always reassured me and my brother that. So he also gave me and my brother African names. You know what I mean? And it's kind of funny how now I'm on this mission as well too. So my name Imani is Swahili for faith. But I've been to Africa 3 times. I've been to Ghana, I've been to Tanzania, and I've been to Kenya, of course. And yeah, I want to continue to go back. I want to go back to visit. I want to go back to support. I want to go back to invest. I want to go. I'm going to be constantly, going back to the continent. And I also want to encourage more of our people to do so as well too, because a lot of people I don't want us to be late to the party. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like the
Mm-hmm.
whole world is focusing on Africa. There's so
Yep.
many. All the signs are there. You know what I mean? And one thing that they do, they like to keep us out of it, and then go over there, get the land and get all the opportunities while it's affordable and cheaper at the moment. And then we all gonna wake up one day and be like, dang, Africa looks lit, but too bad I can't afford it. You know what I mean? So I just, we should be involved. You know what I mean? And I think we need to get rid of a lot of these negative narratives and propaganda that they put on us and they put on Africans in the continent as well too, and we just need to come together and bridge that gap. So, but
Absolutely.
yeah, man. So, I thought it was only going to be right, man, that if we got our man Joe on the platform, man, we might as well go ahead and tap into Sierra Leone, man, because we actually got actual Sierra. Is it Sierra Leonean? Is that how y'all?
Yep. That's
Sierra
it.
Leone? We got
Yep.
Sierra Leonean in the building. You hear me? So we actually have not touched on Sierra Leone yet, and I was like, this will be the perfect opportunity to actually, tap in. So, you guys already know. If you guys haven't already, like the video, subscribe to the channel. We greatly, greatly appreciate it. Make sure you guys also like and subscribe to our guy Joe over here, his channel, Authentic African, as well too. He got a great, great platform, and you probably, if you guys follow us, you probably already seen him on Instagram and TikTok. He already took over those platforms. He's all over the place. So, shout out to him. But yeah, man, let's go ahead and start off with the first video. Now, I don't know much about Sierra Leone outside of the Kanye West record Diamonds. You know what I mean? Like the very first time I ever seen the word Sierra Leone or heard a country was from that Diamonds record. I was a big Kanye fan back then. I love that record, one of my favorite records. But it also brought me to consciousness to learn about blood diamonds and all that kind of stuff. But I don't know, like Joe, if you could tap into that, like what is, I don't even know if there's any like,
Yep.
if that's still going on, if that's still an issue,
Yep.
and or anything like that. Can you tap in a little bit on that if you're familiar with it?
Yeah, for sure. So speaking to specifically the blood diamonds or conflict-free diamonds, I think when you talk to most people on the continent, they'll say there's no such thing as conflict-free diamonds.
Mm-hmm.
Sierra Leone, of course, is long past its civil war. The civil war was a 10-year civil war that really, well, 11-year civil war that started in 1991, ended in 2002. There's a movie, Blood Diamond, Jaimin Hunsu, Leonardo DiCaprio, and they depict a fictional story, but based on real life experiences, right? Long sleeve, short sleeve, where the decapitation or the cutting off of limbs was happening to people at an alarming rate, right? And so, gentleman by the name of Charles Taylor from Liberia came in, had a big part to do with the Civil War. He was tried by the United Nations. He's still locked up to this day. And there was just a lot of pain and anguish in the country. So many of the people who were dual citizens got out of there. Many people who lived in the country left. And so Sierra Leone had a really big challenge with brain drain, meaning like the best and brightest would continue to leave because so many had left in that 11-year span. 11 years is a long time to have a mass exodus from a country.
Mm-hmm.
And so Sierra Leone has spent a significant amount of time recovering and rebuilding since then. And so right now you have like a crop of people who are really looking to try to continue to develop the country and get people to come back and to do more. So to speak to specifically the minerals, obviously diamonds are in Sierra Leone's ground. It is definitely a place where other countries are coming to take advantage and to participate in the mining of these diamonds and other rare earth minerals. And so that is always going to be a reason for people to be coming to Sierra Leone. I'll just mention a couple other things. British colonial rule went from 1808 to 1961. Sierra Leone got its independence basically in that time frame. And since then, Sierra Leone has spent its time continuing to keep the name, unfortunately, which was actually given by the Portuguese. The Portuguese, when they were trading and or doing their slave route around West Africa, they were off the coast of Sierra Leone, and they saw the mountains, so that's Sierra, and they heard a loud roar from the mountains, and they thought it was lions,
Oh wow.
but really it was thunder. So shout out to the Portuguese not knowing anything.
Wow.
It was thunder. And so they gave the country the name Sierra Leone. So many people think that it's a French colonized country because the name doesn't sound British or
Right.
whatever. It is not a French country. It's not Senegal. It's Sierra Leone. It is formerly a British colony. Um, and yeah, I would definitely say that we are rich in history, and we have very, very talented and very smart people who come out of our country. And my job is to, amongst others and with others, to try to help bring that to the forefront. So even though, it's a small country of about 8 million people or so, it's still one that is small but mighty. And so I'm trying my best to share that story with the world. And yeah, so stay tuned and check in, and we'll react to a video. I got a lot I can say about Sierra Leone, but I'll leave it there.
Hey man, shout out to you, man. That was a great overview of everything. That kind of brought me up to speed. So I appreciate that, man. That's also good to know too, because that was one of my questions was going to be like, what is the language out there? Because you're right. Like, when I think of Sierra Leone, I do kind of think French. I know there's a lot of either French or English on that west coast of Africa there. So people they speak English.
Yeah, English is the major language. We also have a pidgin English called Creole, Krio.
Okay.
It's in Google Translate. It is not like any other Creole you might know. And I think there are a couple of different versions of Creole around the world. I think most people are familiar with Haitian Creole or the Creole of the people in Louisiana. It is different from that, but it does have a little bit of everything. And another fun fact, our Creole is what created the pidgin that is now spoken in Nigeria, believe it or not. As big of a country as Nigeria is, the pidgin actually did derive from Creole in Sierra Leone. It is taught in schools. It is a written language. It is taught as its own language, much like Swahili is a mixture of a bunch of different languages in each country in Eastern Africa. Many of them speak a version of Swahili. Creole and Pidgin are very similar in the West African context of the Anglophone countries, the countries that were taken over by the Anglophone, which is really just the British. So yeah, that's the major language is English, but we also do speak Creole, and that is Creole generally is how most people speak to each other, because we have about 13 different tribes, all having their own dialects, and so in order to be able to communicate with each other, many people speak Creole, which I understood since a child, but didn't start speaking until about 4 years ago.
Gotcha.
So yeah.
Awesome, man. All right, guys. If you guys are in the chat, if you guys are in the diaspora or somewhere on the continent, you want to know more about, the brother country of Sierra Leone, man, go ahead and put in the chat, because Joe has a wealth of knowledge when it comes to. He's been going back and forth there, ever since a young one. So he knows a lot about the country. So
Yeah.
All right, let's go ahead and get into the first video, man. So I got. This is from True Production. It's Sierra Leone, life inside Sierra Leone, people, history, culture, food, and fun facts. So this is just going to give us a good little overview first, and then we're going to tap into some other videos in here. Shout out to South Africa is my home. Since South Africa in wine capital city, I gotta take some wine out of South Africa, man. Cape Town, I'm coming. Alvin in the building. What's going on, bro? I see you, man. All right. Okay. Let's go ahead and get into it. If you guys are new here, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel. Greatly appreciate it. Let's get into it. And make sure you guys can hear my audio okay as well too. The first time using this StreamYard platform, so I want to make sure it's just as crispy.
I can't actually hear it. I don't know if everybody else can.
You said you can't?
I cannot.
Okay. All right.
Let us know in the comments. Can y'all hear it? It might just be me. I know with StreamYard, that's the one thing is something about making sure the tab audio is on, and that was the thing I never really understood. That's a little bit above my area of expertise. But while we're waiting for this to come up, let me say to everybody, there are two movies that Jaimin Hunsu is in that specifically depict Sierra Leone, right? So you got okay, so they're saying they couldn't hear. So you got two movies, so right? You got Amistad, right? So Amistad, give us free, right? That famous Jaimin Hudson line. Um, that is about uh, a Spanish ship that was taking enslaved Africans to the Americas. The British had already abolished slavery. They stopped the ship, and then there was a court case in the United States about sending those people back home. And so Joseph Cinque, which is the name he was given by the Spanish, his real name is Sengbe Pie, and there's a bridge named after him, the Sangbe Pa Bridge in Freetown, Sierra Leone. That story is about Sierra Leoneans, but more specifically speaking to the captured Africans, and then eventually, if I'm not mistaken, they returned to Sierra Leone. The capital of Sierra Leone is called Freetown. Freetown is named after the abolishment of slavery by the British, and it was a number of resettlers. So these are folks that were freed enslaved Africans from Nova Scotia, about 1,021, if I'm not mistaken, in the late 1800s. And then subsequently, other tribes came in, and that's what built what is now called the Creole tribe, right? And that's why it's like kind of a mixture of so many different languages and like a broken English, because it had so many people from many different groups um, speaking to communicate with each other. And so you have many people from Nigeria. So you have a lot of like Nigerian names, like Yoruba names in particular in the Creole tribe. So like I have an aunt named Olayinka. My mom's name is Omojowo, right? Those are Yoruba names, even though we are Sierra Leonean. You hear that a lot when it comes to the Creole people. There are a lot of Nigerian names um, for us. So that's one movie I mentioned, which was Amistad, and then the other one is Blood Diamond. Blood Diamond also depicts it's Djimon Hounsou once again, as I mentioned, and Leonardo DiCaprio in that movie. He plays a South African who wants to get into the diamond trade, and so what you see there is basically they're in the throes of the Civil War and how ruthless it was during that time. I have about 6 or 7 people I know personally who had to get airlifted out of Sierra Leone during the Civil War. And it was because they had US citizenship, they were able to do that. They had to go to the American embassy or another checkpoint that the American embassy made available to them. And they flew out of there. So it was a wild time, 91 to 2002. And like I said, we're still recovering.
Okay, appreciate that, man. So you guys can hear me, but let me switch. I'm gonna switch something real quick and see. I might have to go back and forth, Joe, because I think what's happening is if I switch my mic into the computer mic, it might have to go back and forth. So
Got it.
um, just let me know if you can hear it when I start playing.
All right, we'll do that. No audio. Bear with us, guys. We switching technologies today.
Yeah.
I was trying to get on the Streamlabs, and we were having a difficult time. Let me tell you guys something. We tried everything. We tried everything. We almost got there, but we figured we could just do StreamYard because it's a little bit more intuitive. It allows for people to join. So you know how this goes, man. When technology doesn't work when you need it to, right? Like right at the time you need it to, it always goes down. Um, but yeah, so anyway, those are two movies you could watch. A bunch of other people reference Sierra Leone in music. Frank Ocean had a song called Sierra Leone. Big Sean had a song called Sierra Leone. Um,
Oh,
Joel Santana referenced it in the song. You know, if you're from Sierra Leone, you know when it's referenced and who and what songs it's in. You know, there's I think even Bob Marley once mentioned it. So, you know, we unfortunately were only known for the diamonds and the Civil War, and then later Ebola. And the goal is to try to change that, right? I mean, the good thing is that, you know, we do have rare earth minerals beyond, you know, diamonds. We have iron ore, etc. And so we're rich in rare earth minerals. Unfortunately, the Sierra Leoneans very rarely benefit from it.
uh, I fixed the audio, by the way.
Okay, cool, perfect,
All right.
perfect.
It should work. I'll pull it up now.
You might have to explain it to me at some point.
I got you. Okay. Can y'all hear it?
Nothing's playing yet.
Leone is a country located in the western
Yes.
part of Africa. It shares its southeastern border with Liberia, and the northern half of the nation is surrounded by Guinea. Covering a total area of 71,740 square kilometers, Sierra Leone has a tropical climate with diverse environments ranging from savanna to rainforests. The country has a population of about 8.9 million people. The country is divided into 5 administrative regions, which are subdivided into 16 districts. Sierra Leone is a constitutional republic with a unicameral parliament and a directly elected president serving a 5-year term with a maximum of 2 terms. The current president is Julius Maada Bio. Sierra Leone is a secular nation with a
Now, I'm just gonna throw this out here. This video is 2 years old, so I'm not sure if this is accurate. Joe, if you want me to pause at any point in time, just let me know.
Yeah, that is accurate so far.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
constitution providing for the separation of state and religion and freedom of conscience, which includes freedom of thoughts and religion. Muslims make up about 3/4 of the population, though with an influential Christian minority. Religious tolerance in the West African nation is very high and is generally considered a norm and part of Sierra Leone's cultural identity. If you want to know more about this fascinating country, subscribe to the channel and come with me as we explore Sierra Leone together. 1. Sierra Leone has a rich and complex history that spans thousands of years. The territory of present-day Sierra Leone was inhabited by various ethnic groups, including the Temi and the Mendi, long before the arrival of Europeans in the late 15th century. The Portuguese were the first Europeans to arrive in Sierra Leone in the late 15th century, followed by the English, who established a colony on the coast in the late 18th century. The colony became a British protectorate in 1896, and in 1961, Sierra Leone gained independence from Britain. Sierra Leone has faced significant challenges in the post-independence era, including political instability, economic hardship, and a brutal civil war that lasted from 1991 to 2002. The war, which was fought between various rebel groups and government forces, resulted in the deaths of tens of thousands of people and caused widespread displacement and destruction. In recent years, Sierra Leone has made significant progress in rebuilding and developing the country, with a growing economy, improving infrastructure, and a commitment to democracy and good governance. However, the country still faces significant challenges, including poverty, corruption, and environmental degradation. 2. Freetown is the capital and largest city of Sierra Leone, located on the coast of the Atlantic Ocean. The city has a population of around 1 million people and is the economic, cultural, and political center of the country. Freetown was founded in 1787 by British abolitionists as a
It's like a nice, good, smooth road right there. Ain't no bumps on that road.
Right,
settlement for
exactly.
freed slaves, and it became the capital of the British colony of Sierra Leone in 1808. The city has a rich cultural heritage with a mix of African, European, and American influences. One of the most iconic landmarks in Freetown is the cotton tree, a massive tree located in the city center
Let's
that
pause
has
it
been a
right
symbol
there.
of the city's resilience.
All right.
So he's talking about the cotton tree. The cotton tree was known by Sierra Leoneans as a really like a staple of the country. Unfortunately, after a really terrible rainstorm, I think 2 years ago, the cotton tree went down. So it is no longer there. And that was a staple of Sierra Leone. And just to kind of give a little bit of background on, because he mentioned the cotton tree, it was a historic and symbolic, it's a I guess a kapak tree. And it stood for centuries in the center of Freetown. It literally was there for years. It represented freedom and liberty for the formerly enslaved African Americans who settled in the city in 1792. Though much of the original tree toppled in 2023 storm, it still remains a powerful symbol, but there's not much of it left. And so that's what it was known for. It's been around for that long. And so I don't think they show it here in this video, but I just don't wanted to mention that just in case you guys are planning to go to Sierra Leone, you're looking for the cotton tree. The space is there. but the tree no longer stands.
I got a question on that too. So you mentioned that African Americans like came to Sierra Leone.
Yeah.
I heard about the history about Liberia, and I know Liberia is not far. So was it of African Americans were going to both countries, Liberia and Sierra Leone, around the same time, or it's just like completely separate interactions?
Separate in different times, and Liberia was like American abolitionists, I guess you could call them, right? And that was Liberia. So Liberia even has the flag looks like the American flag with one star,
Right.
which is
Right.
hilarious. Why Trump was like, "You speak such good English,"
Yes.
because
I've
English
seen that clip.
English is the language of Liberia.
Right.
That's a conversation for another time. But when it comes to Sierra Leone, it was the British abolitionists, right? So it was a British, and it was earlier in terms of that the establishment of Freetown. But yeah, so Liberia like liberated, and then Freetown, Sierra Leone, is was established for freed enslaved Africans. Interestingly enough, though, it did cause a bit of a clash. You imagine they were giving away land to African Americans in Sierra Leone, and the indigenous people
Right.
weren't given land, right? So that was a point of contention, and I think that now I think they're kind of everyone's interconnected and intertwined. I mean, but one of the other things that was said in that video is that there's a great religious tolerance. So even though it's 75% Islam or Muslim and maybe about 25% Christian, the two groups work to intermarry, work together. One of the things that we say is Christmas, right? You're a Christian and a Muslim. Because how do you know you're Sierra Leonean without saying you're Sierra Leonean? My dad is Muslim, my mom is Christian, or the other way around. That's a thing in Sierra Leone. It's a very known thing. So I do want to just mention that. And one of the things that I love about religion in West Africa, but specifically in Sierra Leone, from my experience, is that because we all come from the same place, religion isn't used to separate us by how we look. In America, when somebody is Muslim, generally they're from the Middle East, and it's easy to otherize them.
Right.
And so that's why there's this fear of this other group by Anglo-Saxon Americans.
Yeah.
In Sierra Leone, you got Christians and you got Muslims that operate together. When Muslims stop to go pray, everybody respects it. When it's Ramadan, it's chill, it's relaxed in town, because people really understand the importance of someone else's faith. And so it is absolutely kind of a required thing. I mean, you go to the airport, there are places where people can go to pray. There are prayer mats and they go to pray. People who have offices that are more modern make areas for people to pray. It is a very intertwined society. So I did want to mention that as well.
Okay. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
And strength for centuries, the city is also known for its beautiful beaches, including Lonely Beach and Toka Beach, as well as its vibrant music and dance scene. Freetown has faced significant challenges in recent years, including a devastating mudslide in 2017 that killed hundreds of people and caused widespread destruction. However, the city has also made significant progress in rebuilding and developing, with new infrastructure, businesses, and cultural initiatives. Today, Freetown is a dynamic and diverse city that is home to people from all over Sierra Leone and beyond. 3. Sierra Leone is a resource-rich country with a diverse economy that includes agriculture, mining, manufacturing, and services. However, the country still faces significant economic challenges, including poverty, unemployment, and a lack of basic infrastructure. As of 2023, the nominal GDP of Sierra Leone is $4.1 billion, while the GDP per capita is $494. Agriculture is one of the most important sectors of the Sierra Leonean economy, employing around 2/3 of the country's workforce. The country produces a variety of crops, including cocoa, coffee, palm oil, and rice, and is also a significant producer of diamonds and other minerals. Mining is another important sector of the Sierra Leonean economy, with the country being one of the largest producers of diamonds in the world. The country also has significant deposits of iron ore, bauxite, and gold. Manufacturing is a relatively small sector of the Sierra Leonean economy, but it is growing rapidly, particularly in the areas of food processing and textiles. Services, including banking and finance, telecommunications, and tourism, are also growing in importance. Sierra Leone has made significant progress in recent years in attracting foreign investment and promoting economic growth, but the country still faces significant challenges, including corruption, poor infrastructure, and a lack of skilled labor. The government of Sierra Leone, along with international partners, is working to address these challenges and promote sustainable economic development that benefits all Sierra Leoneans. 4. Marriage customs in Sierra Leone vary depending on the ethnic group and religion of the individuals involved. However, traditional customs and practices still play an important role in many marriages. In many ethnic groups, marriages are arranged by families, with the parents of the groom approaching the parents of the bride to arrange the marriage. However, this practice is becoming less common, and many couples now choose to marry based on mutual love and attraction. Weddings in Sierra Leone are often elaborate and colorful affairs, with a range of traditional customs and ceremonies. The bride and groom often wear traditional clothing, and there is typically a large feast and celebration following the ceremony. In many
I ain't gonna lie, man. When it comes to a West African wedding, I don't know, Nigeria, Ghana, Sierra Leone, like y'all know how to put that on, you hear me?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It is an affair.
Yeah.
I think some of the footage is stock footage, but
Right.
I think this right here is real actual true footage.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken, I think this is at the Radisson Blue Hotel
Okay.
in Freetown.
Okay. Yeah. I was about to say the stock footage. I was about to say they didn't grab it from a Nigerian or a Ghanaian one or something like that. Yes.
That's what I was checking for, actually, to be honest with you, because I wasn't really sure. Like the first couple of images looks like I think it's a Yoruba tradition. But this does look like this here, before before this, I think
Mhm.
right before that, I think that was actually the scene that was before here. This, I think, I'm not sure this was Sierra Leone and what was before here. I think it may have been, yeah, this may this may have been Nigerian. I'm not 100% sure. I could be wrong.
They're gonna let us know. What up,
Yeah.
Niger? They gonna put it like, hey.
Yeah, you guys let us know. But it felt like for a while a lot of it was stock footage, and then as it went on, though, that did feel like Sierra Leone, specifically this. And I think this is coming out of the Radisson Blue Mamiyoko Hotel in. So this, I think, this is actually in Freetown. I think. I'm just trying to look at it to see if I recognize it.
Okay. Yeah, man, we got actual real Sierra Leonean in here, man. So we can actually. So before y'all like attack us in the comment, like he's holding it down. He's holding it down right now, man.
many ethnic groups, the payment of a bride price is a customary practice where the groom's family pays a sum of money or other
This
gifts
is in
to
the
the bride's
States.
family as
You said that's in the States?
Yeah, that's not in Sierra Leone. I was just looking at the red bricks outside. I could tell it's not.
Bruh.
Like once it panned out from that, and look, that's a Liberian flag on that phone.
Right. Man, what are they talking about over here, man?
Stock footage, but you see the red bricks on the buildings, right? So that's how I know it's so this is all stock footage. I mean, they use some footage that's actually from Sierra Leone, but I see a good amount of this looks like it's stock footage from elsewhere.
Right. Gotcha. It's okay. We're gonna go to an African YouTuber after this, so nobody on the ground, man.
Yeah.
Sierra Leone, although it is becoming less common in urban areas. Overall, marriage customs in Sierra Leone are diverse and reflect the country's rich cultural heritage. While traditional practices are still important, many couples are also choosing to incorporate modern elements into their weddings, creating a unique and personalized experience. 5. The education system in Sierra Leone is divided into primary, secondary, and tertiary education. Primary education is free and compulsory for children between the ages of 6 and 14, and the government has made significant efforts to increase enrollment and improve the quality of education in primary schools. However, many children still do not have access to education, particularly in rural areas. Secondary education is also available in Sierra Leone, but it is not free and is often
Say it again?
prohibitively expensive for many families.
I was like, what the hell was that man doing, man? It was like,
I think he was tossing a pen to a student. I think that was happening. This is this is what we see far too much of on the continent, right?
yeah,
We need to teach ourselves.
right.
This is a concerning video. Just this clip right here, just this screenshot right here.
I would be honest, yeah, because I'm like, she's over here trying to take a selfie or take a picture of the class. Like, look, we're over here trying to help the kids, and then this guy's trying to just get the boy a pen. Walk up to him and give him a pen if you want to give him a pen. Anyway, I don't know.
Correct.
You guys already know I can get triggered easy. I can get triggered easily when I start seeing certain things. I can already hear Carmen in the background. Colonizer. Anyway,
the government is working to increase access to secondary education and improve the quality of teaching and learning in secondary schools. Tertiary education is available in Sierra Leone, with a number of universities and other institutions of higher education operating in the country. However, access to tertiary education is limited, and many students face significant financial and other barriers to enrollment. Education in Sierra Leone faces significant
Let's
challenges,
pause that real quick,
including
and
inadequate funding,
give some context to that.
Okay.
So, in the United States, you got financial aid if you want to go to a post-secondary school. We call it post-secondary school, what they're calling tertiary, right? Which is college, right? Universities. Um, in the United States, you have private loans, you have federal loans that you can take. Most schooling, if you're going to a private school or if you're going to university, is out of pocket expenses. And so you sometimes can't sit for certain tests. You can't go on field trips. You can't receive certain things if you do not pay beforehand. You have to pay your fees. And so what you'll hear a lot for those of you who plan to travel or you end up, having a significant other on the continent, you'll hear that somebody has school fees that need to be paid. As of right now, a lot of the remittance that goes back to Sierra Leone is for school fees. The generation before me and my family, let me tell you something. These people have been paying school fees since they hit the shores of the United States in the 70s and the 80s. They've been paying people school fees, multiple generations of people's school fees.
Wow.
And it's a constant. It's a constant. I mean, I have a friend who, they have younger siblings in school. They have to pay their siblings school fees. And then what happens a lot is if somebody paid your school fees and you go to America, well, now you got to help them and their kids pay their school fees if they're no longer able to work or they're not able to cover the school fee cost. That's something that specifically happened in our family. We have an older cousin of my mother who helped pay a couple of her sisters' school fees, and so then the sisters together collectively paid his son's college fees, right? And so this is just a pattern that goes on and on and on because the financial aid system is non-existent, right?
Wow, I was to say, man, like it seems like the solution is like, what the heck is going on? Why is the school fee so expensive in the first place? Where it takes this many like generations to fix it. Like, it reminds me of like what we call like the black tax. This sounds like a
Yep.
super black tax. Like this is
Yeah.
the black tax with interest and inflation and
Yeah.
a bunch of stuff, man. So like, yeah, yeah, that's crazy. That's craziness. But I also think there's beauty in it as well too, because it's a community, it's a family thing where it's like, okay, we're going to take care of each other. Like, I think that's beautiful, but it's also something that not everybody. It's not something that you should have to go through. You know what I mean? But
Yeah. Yeah, and I will say, to your point, there's the idea of community, right? Right. We all take care of each other. I think the problem is advancement becomes more difficult when you constantly have bills that you have to cover that have nothing to do with you, right? Like, many people who are, reach a certain age, retirement age, they're in the latter years, they're starting to think about, oh, let me build a house back home. But the money that they have been spending going back on remittance, imagine had that gone into a business or into real estate.
right,
And yes, that would mean that those people who are benefiting from that remittance would no longer benefit from it. But that individual really can't, that individual is capped at some level because they're being pulled back by the burden of the cost that they have to spend to take care of other people back home.
right,
So lack of access to capital and I guess private capital or public capital is a big problem. You do have a bunch of people who are not in as much debt as you do in the United States, right? Because so many people access capital to make frivolous purchases. And so you have people driving cars that they shouldn't be driving, living in houses and apartments they shouldn't be living in based on debt like credit cards, etc. That is not a challenge that you have on the continent or specifically in Sierra Leone. You have other challenges. Not being able to afford it up front means you can't even do it, right? So
right.
that when they speak about schooling and access to schooling, a big part of that is the cost associated with it, and people just not having the finances to be able to do it.
Mm. I
The
wonder.
average income is $50 per month, by the way. That's the average income in Sierra Leone, and that's also happens to be the minimum wage.
Wow, insane. I
Yeah.
wonder with the way how technology is going now with artificial intelligence and stuff like that, like it'll it'll be a way for more people on the continent, Sierra Leone, to get an education outside of the traditional, way of schooling and stuff like that. Maybe that might be something to look forward to in the future.
I'd like to think so. I mean, I think that it requires, that proliferation of knowledge, but then also access to electricity and devices where you can access it. I think that's another big challenge, right? Is we're a country that is severely lacking in access to electricity. And then beyond that, access to devices where you would be able to tap into AI is very challenging. So yeah, I
Mhm.
mean, I think the basic infrastructure challenges still need to be worked on, and I think once you get there, we can probably accelerate past some of our competitors, whether that's on the continent and outside. But that's going to require a little bit of work just to even get the infrastructure right. So that's one of our biggest challenges. The basics need to be taken care of first, and then we can get on to that.
Right. I'm not sure if you heard it, and I might need to look this up, but I heard it was either Verizon or some company was looking to put like fiber optic lines all over the coast of West Africa. I'm not sure if you
Mhm.
heard that.
I did hear about that. A couple of companies have talked about it. I mean, Google had talked about it. Facebook had even talked about it.
Mhm.
There are companies locally that do have fiber optic. Well, they call it fiber. I think it's really more like it looks like the old school telephone lines. It's just the flat plastic things that used to plug into the wall, right, to get the internet back in the day.
Yeah.
And the phone lines. So that is what is considered fiber, and that actually runs across the telephone lines in
Mhm.
many countries in West Africa. When I was in Ghana, and in Sierra Leone, I had friends who had fiber, and when I was in Ghana, I had two fiber companies. So fiber is available in most countries. Every country does have different companies that provide the service.
Mhm.
And so inter-country operability is a challenge. But I mean, I guess most countries are like that anyway. They have their own businesses and their own companies. But yeah, so it's not a continent-wide infrastructure. It's on a per country basis.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
If we have more time, I might want to tap into you and ask you more about like Akon City, Lighting of Africa, stuff like
We
that.
can we can talk about that. Talk about all that.
Okay, we'll probably have to say that for the. Or let's finish this reaction, and we can get into that, man.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Infrastructure, and a lack of trained teachers. The government of Sierra Leone, along with international partners, is working to address these challenges and improve access to quality education for all Sierra Leoneans. 6. Sierra Leone is a country with a rich culture and natural beauty, and there are many tourist attractions that showcase the country's unique heritage and environment. One of the most popular tourist attractions in Sierra Leone is the Tacugama Chimpanzee Sanctuary, which is home to over 80 chimpanzees that have been rescued from the illegal wildlife trade. The sanctuary offers visitors the opportunity to learn about these amazing animals and their conservation. Another popular attraction is the Outamba Kalibi National Park, which is home to a variety of wildlife, including elephants, hippos, and chimpanzees. The park also offers visitors the opportunity to see traditional villages and learn about the local culture. For those interested in history, the Bunce Island Slave Fort is a must-visit attraction. The fort was a major slave trading center during the 18th century and offers a sobering reminder of the country's difficult past. Other popular tourist attractions in Sierra Leone include the beautiful beaches along the Freetown Peninsula, the historic Street George Cathedral in Freetown, and the vibrant markets and cultural festivals that are held throughout the country. 7. There are some practices that may be considered shocking or controversial that are still practiced in Sierra
Oh
Leone.
boy.
One such practice is female genital mutilation, FGM,
I knew
which
that
is
was
still
coming.
widely practiced in Sierra Leone, particularly in rural areas. FGM involves the partial or total removal of the external female genitalia and is often performed on young girls as a way of marking their transition to womanhood. Despite efforts
Can we
by the
talk about
government
that
and
real quick?
international organizations to eradicate the
What the heck is it called?
So FGM, female genital mutilation, or what some people used to call female circumcision, it is a brutal practice, and it's part of a right to passage of womanhood, right?
Mm-hmm.
In Sierra Leone, it's called bondo.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, of course, the young girls are not aware of the practice and what it means. Um, Really, they find out once they get there, right? They're encouraged to think of it as a practice to getting into womanhood. You have no idea what it actually means when you get there. I know
Mm-hmm.
people personally impacted by this. It's conversations that we're planning to have on the platform at some point in time. I dated someone who had gone through the Bondo process in Guinea. It was the way she described it. I cannot explain how horrific it was, to be honest with you. She was held down, shears were used, bleeding. I mean, all things, right? I mean, it is a horrific practice. It is not outlawed in Sierra Leone as of yet. Gambia has outlawed it. Many countries have outlawed it. Sierra Leone has not. And I think that's large in part to do with the fact that the First Lady of Sierra Leone has gone through it. And it seems as if she may be a proponent of it or a supporter of the practice. There are many people in country who are supporters of the practice. I have cousins, first cousins, who told me if I had a daughter and brought her there, they would force her to do it. It is so ingrained in certain parts of the country's culture that it's not even seen as a horrific practice. Now, I will say the Creole people do not do it.
Hmm.
And I'm not sure all of which tribes do it, but I do know the Mende tribe. Many people in the Mende tribe do it. The
Hmm.
Creole people don't do it because they're a non-indigenous tribe in many cases, right? They were African American, freed, enslaved people from Nova Scotia, Canada, and then other people from other parts of the continent that came in to build this tribe. And so, from what I understand, in large part, the Creole people do not do it. But some of the indigenous tribes of Sierra Leone still practice this, and it is practiced all around the continent of Africa and rural areas.
What is the purpose? Like I know they said like, hey, this is them going into womanhood, but like what benefit? Like why? What's the purpose of doing this?
Yeah, so I've heard many different reasons, and I also heard so there's different things that I've heard. And so one thing I've heard is it's supposed to remove the the want for to have sex for a wife or a woman to not basically step out on her husband, right?
Uh,
Um, I don't know how true that is.
hmm.
Um, it's also perceived as cleanliness for aesthetics. And in that last part of it, like it's controlling a woman's female sexuality. Um, it's tough to understand it because there's cultural, social beliefs.
Hmm.
Some people say it's religious beliefs. Um, it happens in so many different ways, razors, shears, all kinds of different ways, but I think mainly it's meant to be like a control mechanism, meaning that from the way it was described to me was it was so that a woman won't step out on her husband eventually, right? Which it does not actually control that, just to be clear. you
Right.
know I think what it does is it puts a lot of people through PTSD, right?
Mm.
And I think that that's really what the main impact of it. But yeah, so that's my understanding. You guys let me know if you know anything else in the comments, but that's how I understand it to be.
Gotcha. Appreciate that, man.
Of
Crazy,
course.
man. Crazy work.
Yeah.
The practice, it remains a deeply ingrained cultural tradition in many parts of the country. Another controversial practice in Sierra Leone is the use of secret societies, such as the Poro and Banmo societies, which are often associated with initiation rites and rituals that are shrouded in secrecy. Some of these practices involve the use of violence and intimidation, and there have been reports of human rights abuses associated with these societies. While these practices may be shocking or controversial to outsiders, they are deeply ingrained in Sierra Leonean culture and are often seen as important markers of identity and tradition. Efforts to address these practices must be sensitive to the cultural context and must involve the active participation and engagement of local communities. 8. The national dish of Sierra Leone is rice and beans with cassava leaf sauce. It is a hearty and flavorful dish that is popular throughout the country. The dish consists of rice and beans that are cooked together with spices and sometimes coconut milk, giving the dish a rich and creamy texture. The cassava leaf sauce is made by grinding cassava leaves with other ingredients such as onions, garlic, palm oil, and hot peppers to create a thick and savory sauce. The sauce is then simmered for several hours to allow the flavors to meld together. The dish is often served with fried plantains, which add a sweet and crispy element to the meal. It is a staple food in Sierra Leone and is enjoyed by people of all ages and backgrounds. 9.
Love cassava
Sierra
leaves.
Leone is home to a diverse range of wildlife, including a number
I was say what they don't hitting on, man. That don't.
Oh yeah, it is. I mean, we're known for it. I mean, first of all, our jollof rice is better than everyone's except for maybe Senegal.
Oh,
That's up for debate. But the cassava leaves. So we're one of few countries that eat the leaves of the cassava plant. We eat the leaves of the potato plant, right? So we eat potato leaves, we eat cassava leaves. So many other West African countries usually are confused by that, right? Like if you talk many other countries are like you eat the leaves from the potato. And maybe that comes from our cultural heritage. Maybe it's just the lack of access to food, etc. I don't really know where that comes from, so forgive my ignorance on that front. But yeah, the cassava leaves, it's something like you've never had before. I don't know how to describe it. I've eaten a lot of foods from a lot of different places around the world. It's it. That's it. Cassava leaves is it for sure.
I gotta try.
And our potato leaves are pretty good too. I mean, we eat the leaves of those plants. We eat all parts of it. So did just want to mention that too.
I'm about to give that a try, man.
Yeah, argue amongst yourselves on the jollof rice point.
I'm about to
'Cause
say, bro,
I
like
already know who has the best jollof rice. So argue amongst yourselves.
you came here ready for war, man. You know you got to be
Yeah,
careful with that
well,
jollof rice.
I mean, we
Man.
win that war. I mean, it's not even like a question. Like if you go back and look at all of the jollof rice competitions over the last 20 years, the winners generally are Senegal and Sierra Leone, and it's like first and second.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, look, just because other people are allowed or have bigger populations doesn't mean their food is
Uh-oh.
better.
Uh-oh.
I'm just,
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on,
I'm
man.
just saying.
Hold on. I got a sound effect for you, man. Where is it at? Here it is. He
I'm
hey,
just saying.
hey,
You got questions? You got questions? Take a look at the stats. The data. Look, men lie, women lie, numbers don't. You know what I'm saying? So just check it out. Non-biased opinions. You know, of course I'm biased. Of course I'm biased. I will not say that I'm not biased. But if you look at the competitions that have been had globally, where the judges are not of West African descent, where they could just be straight up logical, blind taste tests.
uh-huh.
Senegal, I'll throw it out there. Senegal, first of all, Senegal, the Wolof people, Wolof, it comes from Senegal. So it started there, right? Let's just start there. But Sierra Leone has been creeping in and out of the winner circle. Number one, number two. Just look at the worldwide competitions. It's hard to deny.
Hey, look, man. And what are your socials again for all the Nigerians and all the Ghanaians?
Yeah. Come tell me come tell me in my comments what you think. I'm interested. So it is authentic African, authentic _African on Instagram, authentic African everywhere else. Come find me. You can find me, and then I will supply you with the details you need to be able to back up what I'm talking about. And then I can also tell you from my personal taste tests. I've eaten jollof in Lagos, only in Lagos. So maybe if I go to Benin states or one of the other states outside of Lagos, maybe I might have a different opinion. But I've eaten jollof rice in Lagos. I've eaten jollof rice many times around Accra and different parts of Ghana. I like Ghanaian jollof even better than Nigerian jollof. But in terms of the levels of it, there is A and B, and then there's everyone else. Like I said, argue amongst yourselves.
Oh shoot, man! He didn't come to play, man.
I did not.
I only got the privilege to experience Ghanaian jollof rice. I actually had homemade Ghanaian jollof rice, you know, cooked from a family at home. And I ain't gonna lie, that joint was fire. That joint was absolutely fire.
It's good.
I have not had the privilege or the honor to have Senegal, Sierra Leone, or Nigerian jollof rice or any of the others. So that is on my list to do for sure.
Do yourself a favor and do it. I will tell
Okay.
you, you'll be like, oh, okay, there is levels to this. I didn't know.
Right. I got you, man. All right.
Number of endangered and rare species. The country's wildlife is protected by a network of national parks and reserves, which provide important habitat for these animals. One of the most iconic animals in Sierra Leone is the chimpanzee, which can be found in a number of national parks and sanctuaries throughout the country, including the Tacugama Chimpanzee Sanctuary and the Autempa Kalimi National Park. Other primates found in Sierra Leone include colobus monkeys, baboons, and various species of monkeys. Sierra Leone is also home to a number of large mammals, including elephants, hippos, and several species of antelopes. The pygmy hippopotamus, a smaller cousin of the common hippopotamus, is also found in Sierra Leone and is considered to be a vulnerable species. The country's rivers and coastal areas are home to a variety of marine life, including dolphins, whales, and several species of sea turtles. The country's coastal waters are also an important breeding ground for several species of fish and other marine life. Sierra Leone's wildlife is an important part of the country's natural heritage, and efforts are being made to protect and conserve these species for future generations. 10. The cost of living in Sierra Leone is generally lower than in many other countries, but it varies depending on the location and lifestyle of the individual. In general, the cost of living in urban areas such as Freetown is higher than in rural areas. Housing is one of the biggest expenses for most people in Sierra Leone. Renting a one-bedroom apartment in Freetown can cost between $200 and $500 per month, while a larger apartment or house can cost upwards of $1,000 per month. However, housing costs are generally lower in rural areas. Food is another major expense, with the cost of basic groceries such as rice, vegetables, and fruit being relatively affordable. However, imported and processed foods can be more expensive. Eating out at a restaurant can also be relatively affordable, with a meal at a local restaurant costing between $3 and $10. Transportation costs in Sierra Leone can be relatively low, with a one-way bus fare in Freetown costing around $0.50. However, private transportation such as taxis can be more expensive, with fares ranging from $5 to $20 depending on the distance. Overall, while the cost of living in Sierra Leone is lower than in many other countries, it is important to note that many people in the country still struggle to make ends meet due to low wages and high levels of poverty.
All right. Round of applause for Sierra Leone. All right. So, okay, that was a good little overview of the country, with our guy Joe right here being able to give us some clarifying facts and stuff like that. So appreciate it. So, okay,
Absolutely.
I see what's going on. You know what I mean? I see what's going on. So, now this video was 2 years ago. What would you say is like some of the updated news or anything missing from this video that you think to add to it?
From what I understand, the Takogama chimpanzee sanctuary has been shut down temporarily. Deforestation is a big issue. So one of the things they didn't talk about is the exporting of what is it called? I guess wood. I don't know. It's another name for how that industry. Deforestation is a big issue, and so that is what is killing many of the chimpanzees in the country. There's also an issue with access to food in a lot of areas, so it's considered bushmeat sometimes. So it's just like some people eat certain wild animals, they get eaten sometimes, and then also people are keeping them as pets. And so the chimpanzee sanctuary was made to really assist in giving them a place to stay, and eventually reintegrate them back into society. And so there's all kinds of stories. I got a video on my platform where I went to the chimpanzee sanctuary, Takogama. But it feels so. From what I last saw, in protest of deforestation, they did shut down the sanctuary. So, and that's really unfortunate because deforestation is a big issue, and everybody's just trying to make a living, and because most of the resources that are underground have already been mined and owned by companies that are outside of Sierra Leone. One of the issues that we have in Africa is we have the rare earth minerals and materials. They go somewhere else to be refined, and then they generally get sold back to us as a refined product at higher prices, right? So what Sierra Leone has yet to be able to do is take back control of, those mines and those natural resources, work on refining it and selling it outside of country, much like what Burkina Faso did. Hoping to see Sierra Leone do that at some point in time. So yeah, that's one of the major updates I would say is the Takagama Sanctuary, but everything else is the same. Marabio, the president, is in his second 5-year term. I think it ends in about 4 more years. I think he's a year into his second term. And so presidents in Sierra Leone can be president for 10 years versus 8 years, which is what you're kind of used to in the US, for example.
Right.
And so, it's quite a substantial period of time that somebody remains in office. And so that's just one of the nuances to Sierra Leone's process. I would also mention too that the campaign process is very short. So it basically starts a couple of months before the actual voting occurs. Very different from what you see in the United States, where you have these long drawn out primaries and it takes a while to get there, even on mayoral campaigns, right? It's not the same way in Sierra Leone. It happens pretty quickly.
Got you.
So that's the other thing I mentioned.
Got you.
Yeah.
All right. Dope, man. All right. let's get into the next jump. Shout out to Walter Maya. You know what I mean? Um, yeah, man. This guy has. I've been following Walter Maya for years, man. I want to say probably been subscribed to his channel for like over 5 years. Um,
Okay.
to see what he's been doing all over the continent is absolutely incredible. He's one of the first people to like really inspire me to come to Africa, and because his videos like kind of show, um, for the first time, like what Africa actually looks like. You know what I mean? Because before before we had YouTube and these creators showing us real time, all we had was like our commercials and propaganda and stuff like that. Like that,
Mhm.
we had no other view. So his channel was to me a really big eye opener for me and inspired me to go and that's when I started traveling there, man. So um, I'm excited to see what he got going on here. So we're still going to be tapped into Sierra Leone. We're going to start off with this video first. This is Sierra Leone is not what I expected. Now, I will say this video is a little bit older, and then we're going to get into his newest video as well. So let's see. Let's go ahead and tap into it. All right. If you guys are new here, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel. Greatly appreciate it. Let's get into it.
I just wanna be free. Join me. Freedom! Oh, freedom! Oh, freedom! Most of you are telling me not to sing anymore. But hey, see how free I am. I am free just because I'm in freedom.
That last video, by the way, used a lot of these clips, if you notice.
One thing I will say, just like by looking at the drone footages and stuff like that, there's a lot of beautiful beach areas. Like,
Oh yeah, seven beaches. At one point in time, we won, best like the top beach in Africa at one point in time.
oh wow, really?
Yeah, the beaches that have not been that don't have issues with garbage,
Right.
are really, really, really nice beaches. I definitely recommend that's something you do when you go to Sierra Leone. Number 2 beach, which I think is where he is in that video, or Toke Beach. When you go out further away from the capital city, those beaches are beautiful, pristine. Some of the best beaches in the world for sure. And I've been to a lot of beaches all around the world, and I would say Sierra Leone, obviously I'm biased, but Sierra Leone is some of the best beaches in the world.
That's okay. Very good to know because I'm not gonna lie. I've been to Diani Beach in Kenya. Very beautiful. Been to Zanzibar. Very beautiful. But I was curious to like see like is there any West African beaches, what I mean, that can kind of stand up to that. What I mean, I know Cape Town is always going to be on a list as well too. But yeah, I did not know that. What was the names of these beaches in Sierra Leone again?
So number 2 beach is a very popular beach.
Okay.
You also have Toke Beach, Tokeh Beach. Those two are like more popular beaches. There are other beaches. I mean, I think we have 7, but those 2 are the ones that people talk about the most and spend the most time at.
Got you. Okay.
Yo, what up, everybody? It's your boy, Mr. Ghana, baby. And I'm the guy behind the Africa to the World. And it's all about showing the positive images of Africa. And I'm in my 11th country. I am Maya. But I am here in the capital city of Sierra Leone, and that is Freetown. First impression, I would describe this city in 3 words: ancient, beautiful, and a bustling city. You all know that I have been to Nigeria, but when I found myself in this country, first impression, I thought I'm back again in Nigeria. The reason behind it is
I get Boku yogurt. Give me water. No, wait, let me begin. Let me begin. Don't drink me water. Why they drink me water? I'm not like so.
I can't waka. Yeah, you can.
Joe, what is happening? What is going on right now? I need translation. Translation.
So she said boku wata, lots of water, lots of water.
Okay.
Boku wata. That's what you heard in that statement. I gotta hear more again to hear what they were saying. I wasn't. I was just laughing because he's also trying to speak Creole, which is hilarious.
Okay.
See what else he said.
Yeah. His energy is hilarious, man. But I'll rebind it just a little bit.
No, wait, let me begin. Let me begin. Drink me water. Why you drink me water? I want to flow.
I can't waka. Waka.
Oh, I can't watch
Yeah,
that.
you can
I
waka.
came to walk. I came to move around. I came to walk. Like waka means walk,
Oh, okay.
right? Yeah.
How do I say? I'm hungry.
I want eat.
I want eat.
I want eat. I dey feel angry.
I dey feel angry. I want eat.
So I want to see like I didn't at the right Aberdeen beach. I just can't take a stroll at the beach side. As you can see, I didn't at the water side.
This language is called Creole.
Howdy, buddy.
And what is Creole?
Creole is both a language and a group of people. Creole is spelled K-R-I-O as distinct from C-R-E-O-L-E, which is Creoles and Pidgin languages. So you have the people who are called Creoles, who are predominantly resident in the western area of Freetown. And you have the language which is spoken largely by them, but has now been transformed into a lingua franca for Sierra Leone. 80% of the population of Sierra Leoneans speak Creole as a lingua franca.
Interesting, right? Do you know how Creole was originated?
Its origin is from, you could find words from German, English, Portuguese, French, and Yoruba in the Creole language. Like beaucoup, for example, is a French corruptive word for beaucoup. So you find out that all these words are part of Creole, and this was brought about because people came from different parts of the world, returned as slaves, and needed to forge a language that they would speak and communicate with each other. The people and the language. So Creole refers to both the people and the language. The people are predominantly resident in the western area of Freetown. They are Creoles. They speak Creole language, but like Creole language has now evolved as the lingua franca. Here in Sierra Leone, everybody speaks it. The Creole people are known for their Western type of living. The clothes they wear, the way they dress, the way they behave, are all distinct parts of the Creole culture. Because these are people who had lived in Europe and America and came back with the white man's culture. And these people are distinct. They'll dress up like white people and with coats and suits and everything, and carry out some of these activities.
So, which means that
this is I'm not sure if this is related or not, but I know during America, what's it called, the American Recolonization Act or something like that, where they sent African Americans from the United States to Liberia, and I think you said that the United Kingdom did the same thing for Sierra Leone, and in doing this, like in their colonization strategy, they had Black people dress up, like they had like the white wigs and stuff like that, and like the suits and stuff like that that the Europeans and would wear and stuff like that. And it's kind of like they had our own people do their dirty work for them to like try to colonize. It's like okay, we can go in and colonize these countries and stuff like that, but what if we send their own to colonize themselves? Is that basically what happened?
I mean, yeah, to a degree. I mean, they had already colonized the country, right? So, I mean, I think, but I think a big part of it is like, for example, in Freetown, the law is based on British law, right? So, like, I sat in court, and the interpretation of law is it speaks to the United Kingdom and all its territories, right? And so many of the laws in Sierra Leone are based on British law. We have a parliament in Sierra Leone. Even though we have a president, we have a parliament. So we don't have a prime minister, we have a president, but we still have a parliament. So there are some elements of certain parts of the West that are part of the infrastructure and the ecosystem of what Sierra Leone looks like today. So yeah, I mean, the wigs are worn. In fact, I sat in court and in front of a judge that I respect very much. So shout out to you, Judge. He did not allow people to that particular day to come in and make any arguments unless they wore the British wig and that cloak. In fact, he said you came into court naked, counsel. I need you to go back and add. So he had to go wear his wig. And everyone that day put their wigs on. Now, not every judge requires that, but this particular judge did. And it is a part of the practice. So when people graduate from law school or pass the equivalent to the bar, they do take pictures with the wig on. It is a thing. Almost everybody's office who has a law practice has a picture with a wig on, the white wig. Yep. I'm actively in a court case right now, so that is all I'm going to say. That is all I'm going to say. But you have your thoughts.
I feel you. Can I give my thoughts? Hold on.
Absolutely. Those are your thoughts.
Here you go. Hold on. That's some bullshit. I got my man out the screen. That's some bullshit, man. I'm gonna just leave it at that. All right, bring them back up. Okay. All right.
I got something for you at a later time.
Got you.
Let's check back in 2 months.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, we definitely got to do this again for sure. All right, let me pull the video back up.
People in Freetown are from different parts of Africa.
Yes.
That came to Sierra Leone.
Yes, the culture, yeah. Our forefathers came from various parts of the world. Okay, some were caught in the high seas, some were returned from Nova Scotia, Maroons, and various places where they had been working as slaves. After the abolition of the slave trade, the British government took it up on itself to return these people to Africa. And those who had already been transported were caught in the high seas and were known as the captives and brought back to Sierra Leone, to Freetown specifically. And like I said, assembled under the cotton tree, which became a symbol of the Creole culture. And
you are a descendant of what?
Wow, so this is the cotton tree that you were talking about that's no longer there, unfortunately.
Right, exactly.
Gotcha.
Freed slaves.
And what is your name?
My name is Desmond Olonfe George Williams.
Olonfe?
Olonfe is a Nigerian name. And most Creoles to present their Africanness have an African name slot in between so that people know that no, this is not Desmond Williams, a white man. This is Desmond Olonfe, striking the Africanness of the individual. Freetown came about as a result of the fact that the people who came were largely freed slaves and returnees. And when they assembled, the British created a colony of freed people. This was how Freetown had its name. Freed from people who had been slaves, people who had been captured in the high seas and returned to the western part of Sierra Leone, specifically under the cotton tree, where the name Freetown was given.
Me people that wanna ado. Me na sister Ambrose and Adena Salon. Me say for no usai. So
She said hello. She said hello. She said my people hello. She said I do, right? So like hello. She's greeting everyone, and she said her name is something Ambrose, I think is what she said.
Okay.
Video and comment so that I will know Sauna.
Right.
You know, it's funny. I never watched that video before.
You think you haven't seen that one before yet?
I'd never seen that video. No, I never seen that one. I mean, I've been following What Am I now for about 4 years, 5 years now, since I first moved to the continent full time and started a YouTube channel. Well, later, 4 years ago, 3 years ago when I started a YouTube channel. But yeah, people told me all the time, you should check out What Am I and what he's up to. So I did.
Yeah.
I was not aware.
Yeah, man. He creates so much content. He has so many videos. Yeah. So it's like I have not been able to see all of it. I didn't even know this is another channel. That's crazy. I did not know he had another channel called What Are My Vlogs. This is where other videos at. So wow. Okay. So that was a video of What Am I in Sierra Leone 5 years ago. So now we're going to tap in to one recently. He was actually just in Sierra Leone just a couple of months ago. So this is What Am I met by a beautiful lady at a beautiful resort in Sierra Leone. Let's get into it.
Morning.
How are you?
I'm good.
And how was your night?
It was refreshing.
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 It's refreshing because we found ourselves in one of the most beautiful, therapeutic resort that I've ever seen. I woke up like 6 o'clock, even though I slept at 3.
Okay.
Just to sit close to the beach, just to enjoy.
And hear the waves coming in. I
It's
had a good sleep. My body feels so better. It feels so good now.
and this is Salon, man. This is so beautiful, man. Look at that. It's so green. You don't think so?
Yeah, I feel so. I think the layout is amazing. And I like that every space you go, you find trees, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it seems like it's prioritized.
So what they did was they didn't cut down trees, but even though, like you see, if they want to build in here and there's a tree there, they transplant the tree.
Yes.
So the layout is absolutely insane. Like there's let me show them a little bit of the other side. Yeah.
As you're coming in, you meet the reception.
Yep.
Which is also good. And you know what I love about this place, apart from just the landscape and everything, is the reception you get from the people.
From the people.
From the moment you step into the gates with the security to when you go to the reception and how they speak to you.
Yeah.
The cleaners, 10 over 10.
10 over 10. Look at that. Look at the landscaping. This is so beautiful, man. And I'm just here to let you know that this is Sierra Leone. And the fact that it was actually built by a diaspora, and all the people that work in here are from
Sierra Leone as well.
Sierra Leone. And
a diaspora and woman. And all the top management are by Sierra Leonean women as well.
Exactly.
And then they are doing a fantastic job. Just shows that Sierra Leoneans can come back and invest.
Exactly.
And do well and make money.
Yeah. Look at that. This is gorgeous, man. Woo! So they got over like 48 rooms. You know, they started building phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. Oh my goodness, this is absolutely gorgeous. Look at that. Look at that.
And the 48 rooms, you have some that are for the sea view.
Yeah.
Some that are mountain.
My room was sea view.
Sea view, yeah.
And
You got the best room. The best for the best.
Yeah.
The best for the best.
Oh my goodness, look at that. Do you know what is this?
What is it?
This is called Aki.
Okay.
This plant is the national fruit of Jamaica.
Wow.
And they make their national dish from it. So there's
so much connection with Jamaica and West Africa.
So he mentioned the Maroons in the previous video when he was talking about. So there were some Jamaicans that were freed slaves from Jamaica that also came to Sierra Leone. So like certain things like Pekin, which sounds kind of like I can't remember what they say, picnic in when you say children in Jamaica, like there's certain patois words that are similar. Pan, the word pan, right? I think is actually what came from Jamaican patois. But I just want to say I feel like a proud older brother, I'll say, because that's Gloria. I know Gloria. She actually worked for me for a year, helped me set up my TikTok page, and she was the one managing my social media for a little over a year, a little over a year, going into 2023. And so it's good to see that she's built what she's been able to build as a local content creator in Sierra Leone. She's been traveling and doing content outside of Sierra Leone as well. And the interaction with Wodemaya is pretty amazing to see that this is where she's been able to get to as the next phase and what she's been doing. So this is dope. But yeah, so shout out to Gloria and the content she does. She does all kind of content about like restaurants, hotels, etc. around Freetown and around Sierra Leone. She does these videos on TikTok to get people to see Sierra Leone. So shout out to Gloria Cisse. And it's good to see that she's doing her thing.
That's absolutely dope, man. We need people like her, man. We need people like her that's on the ground showing us what it actually looks like. As somebody in the diaspora, like we have to be able to see it with our own eyes. You know what I mean? We've been lied to for so long and so much propaganda. So when we can actually see like, oh wow, oh, this is actually a really beautiful resort. You know what I mean? I'm always down to like spend money with our people and you know, come and vacation and relax with our people. So and you know, help in exchange. So this is dope. This is really, really dope. And I like the fact that you said this resort was built by a diasporan who came back and invested into Africa and Sierra Leone, and all the people that work there are Sierra Leoneans. So that's dope, man.
Wow.
And they make their national dish from it. So that's ackee. Oh wow.
Wow.
And do you know, like Jamaica, the people of Sierra Leone, some of them are descendants of the Maroons.
Of the Maroons, yeah. So we have Jamaican, Nova Scotians, we have people from all around the world. Nigerians are here because when they resettled them from the slave, they brought all of them here. Even for me, I am a descendant of the Maroon.
Oh really?
Yeah. So my grandma, I mean, most of them now identify as Creole.
Yeah.
My grandma was like descendant. My great grandma was
from Maroon. Yeah. So if you're from Jamaica, St. Elizabeth, your roots, you can also, like, a lot of them came back here. So it makes sense to see that
we have this type of tree here.
Yeah, this is ackee right here.
Does ackee have any symbolism?
Yeah, they eat this part. This is poisonous. Okay. If you eat it like this, it's poisonous. But then you have to eat the. You see, you know, you see what they are enjoying there. That's what you eat. The yellow substance in it.
Inside, not the outside.
Not the outside. This is beautiful, man. I think we need to take them to the poolside for them to check it out.
Definitely do.
They need to have a sign around that tree or something like that and say like, "Hey, this is poisonous. Don't eat." Like, I'll be the fool that go in there. Like, look at this beautiful fruit right here. I just did a I'll be like, yeah, let me go ahead and eat this fruit right here. I'll be dead tomorrow, man.
Take a long night's sleep.
Right. I'll be taking that with my ancestors, man. Put a sign around that tree.
Your favorite Sierra Leonean vlogger? What is the name of your vlog page?
Is my name.
Yeah.
Can you guys see the play?
Yep. So that is the pool right here. And this is where I spent the night. And then I had this view to myself this morning. And when I woke up, it was more like a high tide. Oh wow. Is that what animal is that?
That's a bird.
It's a bird? Yeah. Looks like a flamingo.
Looks like a flamingo.
But that's not.
I think it's the same family.
Yeah.
Flamingo.
Yep. So this is gorgeous, man.
And what stands? I mean, you can see that you have different types of
sand.
Yeah, when you went to Tokyo,
it was white sand.
White sand.
Here
we have
the black sand. The black sand is actually good for your skin, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
I'm learning.
Yeah, it's good for the skin. It's medicinal. So you can actually take a bath in this and you'll feel so good. Yeah. So this is it. Very beautiful resort. It's a gateway built by a woman, led by women, and she was once in the diaspora and she came back to build this beautiful property in here. So I just want to tell you that if you find yourself in Sierra Leone, make sure you go to, what's the name of this place?
Moza Resort.
Moza Beach Resort. Yeah? Oh wow, look at the cactus. Jeez, this is so beautiful, man.
Round of applause.
Moza Beach Resort. I haven't been there yet. Now it's on my list of places to go.
Gotta tap in, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah. That definitely looks fire. Yeah, man, double round of applause, man. I love the collaboration. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Walter Maya tapped in, got Gloria in there, and then also shining light on the diaspora as well too. This is what it's all about, man. Coming together, bridging that gap. You know what I mean? It's beautiful. It's just beautiful to see. I already know that beach just looked to me very peaceful, very calming. I'm just like I could just imagine myself there, just healing, meditating.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think anybody that I'm sure, Joe, you know, whenever you go back to Africa or go back to Sierra Leone, I know I feel at peace whenever I go back to the continent. I just
For sure.
something about myself just slows down and it's just more present, you know. And even the more I travel, like I travel outside of just going to Africa and stuff like that. There's no place like Africa, man. This is no place like it. So, yeah.
Oh yeah, I would agree. I used to always say I come back with a renewed sense of purpose, rejuvenated.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean it's hard to describe unless you go, right? And every country is different, but you know, those of you who are watching, do yourself a favor. I mean, I will be there in a short while. I don't know if I usually say when I'm going and how long I'll stay, but I'll be in Sierra Leone and I'll be in Ghana. And I do it as often as 3 times a year. And maybe going into next year, it'll be 4 times next year. But it's hard to describe the feeling that you get the first time you go.
Yeah.
And you know, obviously I'm recent lineage from Sierra Leone, but so many conversations I've had with folks that feel a real connection to the land, even though they might be 400 years removed. It is something that you cannot replace by going anywhere else in the world.
Right.
I'll tell you that 100%.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. I completely agree, man. I think the last time I went I went to Kenya and coming back to America, man, I just had post-travel depression. So makes me want to go back sooner than later. So all right. Let's see. Speaking of Kenya, I think it's time to. We showed a lot of love to the West, man. We did. You know, we did. So we got to go over to the East now, man. Got to go over to the East. Kenya, what up? What is going on, man? Shout out to this brother right here, man, named Jay Focus. I seen him around on YouTube a lot. I don't think I ever tapped into his videos before, but this came across my timeline. It says my first day back in Kenya was legendary. Watch till the end. Well, I can't wait to come back to Kenya. I'm curious to see what his experience was like returning back to Kenya. So let's go ahead and get right into it, man. If you guys are new here, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel. We greatly appreciate it. Let's get into it.
I'm officially back in Africa. I'm back in Nairobi after an 8-hour plane. It was a very comfortable plane ride, but it feels good to finally arrive and be here and to get situated, hit the ground. It is it's 11 o'clock right now, so it's kind of late, but you know, brother's gonna sleep good, and tomorrow's gonna be another day. We finna do it all. You know what I'm saying? I don't even want to put limits on it. It's just gonna be marvelous. So stay tuned. We out here. So as soon as you finish the baggage claim, you've got 2 mobile service providers. You can get a SIM card here. You've also got telecom. I've never used telecom. I've used Safaricom before, so the line's a lot longer, but I think I'll wait if it's not too long.
All right, guys, it's official. I made it. I'm back in Africa. I'm settled in, at least my hotel. So I'm gonna give you guys a brief tour, show you guys what that looks like. This place is located right near the airport. It's about a 10-minute drive, and I found it on booking.com. I can put the name down below. It's called the Cozy Suites. So if I don't put the name down below, you guys know what it is. And let me open up this sliding door. So you got this, I don't know where the light is. Is this the light? I guess the light's not working. But anyway, you got this little patio here. You got a table. And I can hear something. It sounds like frogs. I don't know if you guys can hear that. But yeah, there's some frogs. You can see the swimming pool down below. It is just before 1 a.m., so I will not be swimming tonight. And what else is there to see? You got a really big sofa here. Looks comfy. Might even sleep there instead of the bed. Let me see what the bed looks like. Okay, the bed is very nice size. Perfect for me. And just the window here. All right, and we got the shower here. All right. So
everything you need right here.
But it'll get the job done. It's quite adequate.
So hit that like button. I'm putting in work out here. I swear to y'all, I'm putting in work.
Well, tomorrow, that's when the fun starts. I'm gonna be checked into my apartment. Let's go.
Yeah.
What's happening? I just arrived to my new apartment. I'm gonna give you guys the tour. You can see it along with me. We're gonna break it down. So when you first walk in, you see these African masks. I like that. I like the little touches. Really lets you know that you are in Africa.
So wait, he stayed at a little like booking zone for one night. And then he said, I'm actually living here. He said an apartment. So I guess he said he putting up his shop right here, man. So
Yeah. I mean, look, and it's a lot bigger, as you can see.
Yeah. This is like the Kenya effect right here, Joe. I don't know, man. Like it's some once you go to Kenya, man, it just has a certain hold on you, man. Like, bro.
That's what I hear. That's what I hear. Shout out to Kia Wakesho Simmons, who's helping people move to Kenya, by the way. I know someone who's helping people move to Kenya. She does trips to Kenya. So you can check her out. That company's called Traverse Culture. Yeah, it's a thing. I have friends from Sierra Leone who travel to Kenya, and that's one of their number one destinations that they go to. So it's on my list. My cousins grew up in Nairobi, so they've been telling me forever that I need to go. I see it. I see it representing.
Yeah, look, man, I ain't gonna lie. When I went to Kenya, one of the first things I noticed, man, getting off that plane, I just took a deep breath in. Just like that is some good air. Like that air quality is crispy. You know what I mean? Like I don't know, I just started breathing differently, and then my body immediately started detoxing. Like just being in that climate, eating the food and stuff like that. Like it was a heck of an experience, man. But also, Kenya just had some really good vibes, man, as well, man. I stayed in Nairobi half the time. Then I went to Diani Beach in Mombasa for the other half, and it's just like just both vibes are perfect. Like Nairobi, if you want to turn up, go to the hangout party vibes, you know what I mean, or a great metropolitan city. I think it's great for everybody. If you're single, if you in a relationship, you got family, like they got something for everybody. And then the Mombasa, Diani side is just a lot more slower, chill pace, you know what I mean, beach vibe, you know what I mean? So yeah, man. Ken, you guys already know I'm coming back. I'm coming.
I mean, it's on my list of places to go, so I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, you gotta let me know, man. When you come back from Kenya, don't text me when you're there. Let me know when you come back, and you just tell me what your experience is like.
Okay.
I'm curious to know what you think, man. Because you travel a lot, so I'm curious to know where it will rank in your you know what I mean.
My Africa travels. Okay. I will definitely let you know. I don't know, man, but it's come up for many different reasons, and some of them I'll speak about publicly, other parts I won't. But yeah, I've heard many good things. Many good things.
Yes, for sure. Tune into our Patreon episodes. It's like not behind the scenes. Anyway, let's get back to it.
Especially me, because I've been gone after staying here for about a year and a half, and it feels nice to come back to that essence, that ambiance of Blackness. So we're gonna start with the kitchen, because why not? All right, so first thing, you got your microwave, that's important. You got your kettle, you got your coffee maker, some sugar, some tea, you know, it's well stocked up. We got a full-size fridge. It's on the smaller side, but I would still consider this a full size, or rather medium. We'll say that's a medium-sized fridge. When we come over here, we have the gas stove. That's cool, in case there's ever any electric issues, which there probably shouldn't be in this neighborhood. We're actually in the Westlands, if you don't know. The last time I was here, I primarily stayed in Kilimani. So this time I'm switching it up. I'm gonna spend more time in the Westlands. Okay, so just, you got your towels and all that kind of stuff in here. There's your sheets. So we're gonna keep it moving. So this is the living room, which you guys saw some of before. You got some nice plush pillows here. I like that. Looks comfortable. You have a full-length mirror. I appreciate that as well. Got a nice blue couch. Reminds me of those pictures I see of Tangier, or not Tangier, Chef Shawan in Morocco with the blue walls and the blue everything. I'm getting those type of vibes here. And we got this artwork piece here with the plant life. And I guess this is all natural. Yeah, it's gotta be, because I can see the browning on the edges. So this is real plant life. You got another chair here. to sit, make yourself comfortable. We got a lot of natural light, which is always good to have here. We got nice air coming through. And this is a back door. I think they don't use this door. It looks like it's not in use, but we're going to open
they got
it
a
if we
plant
can.
in front of the door, so I don't think it's meant to be used.
Okay. Yeah, so this is a little patio area. Okay. And you can see we are right in the heart of things in Westland. You got movement on the streets. You've got sun. What else do you want? What more can you ask for out here? Okay, we're going to bring it back in. Back indoors.
I will say, for Westland, this is not as like modern as I'm normally used to seeing it. This seems like a more like traditional jump. I'm assuming. I'm really curious, and I hope he does say how much this apartment costs per month.
Me too.
I'm sure he probably got this joint for a steal. And I mean, location, right? I mean, Westlands is that's like the heart of everything. Like you can get to pretty much everything from Westlands. So that's a good location. So if he can get it for a good price, I ain't mad at it.
That was good. I sent, by the way, Imani, I sent you a message on your text.
I got you.
Sorry. Yeah.
So because we are in the heart of everything, you have a little bit of noise from the road, at least now. But, you know, I want to have that window open, get some fresh air in here. And then in the evening, if it's too loud, I can always close it. We got lots and lots of plants here, which is good. You got that life. You got your TV
Plant
here.
life in there.
Mm-hmm.
Hakuna Matata. What a wonderful phrase. We got that. Okay, now we're getting to the nitty gritty.
Yeah, people might not know that
yes.
the Lion King
so
is
we got the bedroom.
a lot of like Swahili, right?
Yeah.
So Simba's the name that people use there. You know, Hakuna Matata is a real phrase.
You are right.
You know, it is like a real thing. You hear people say Hakuna Matata in Kenya. You hear people say it in Nairobi. I mean, Nairobi. In Tanzania as well.
Mm-hmm.
When I was in Tanzania, I heard people saying it because it's a Swahili phrase, right?
Right.
And so you just don't know it until you're there, because obviously, how would you? But yeah, I mean, Disney really did go out and picked up some Swahili phrases and used that in that movie.
Yeah, that's real. Like I just started looking at some of the phrases. Like Simba actually means lion in Swahili. Rafiki means friend. You know, Hakuna Matata actually, like you said, is a real phrase out there and stuff like that. So yeah, so it's crazy. Like, you know, Lion King was always my favorite movie as a child. And you know, and then for me to learn that my name is actually a Swahili name too, is like it's just funny. It's funny to me how stuff like that is connected. But yeah, I do remember being in Kenya. They said that in Nairobi they're a little bit more modern. They don't really speak as much Swahili, but like when you go over to the coast side, it's a little bit more traditional over there. So you might hear more people on the coast speaking Swahili. So
you got a nice fan here. It doesn't get that hot in Nairobi, so air conditioning isn't necessary, which is beautiful because I don't really like to use air conditioning if I can avoid it. Nice size room. I'm sure in the closets we've got some space there. Hopefully there's an iron. And the last piece is the bathroom. Where's the light switch at? Is that it? There we go. Okay, so the bathroom is definitely different. You've got more of the plant life theme going on here, more of the jungle theme. You got a standard shower,
in the tub,
quick shower head, which I'm not a fan of.
Right.
But you got a toilet with the gun. You already know what that is.
Hey, yo.
And that's about it.
Crazy.
So you can see this is what a heart of the city, heart of Westlands anyway, apartment looks like in Kenya. Now, of course, you can go with a brand new building with a swimming pool and a gym and all that type of stuff. But the trade-off of that is you got to deal with an elevator. You got to deal with a lot of security and people being all up in your business. You have to deal with getting in and out of the building at different times. So there's a lot of different issues with the newer building. Some people, they don't care, you know what I mean? They want to stamp for the gram and they would.
Go to Hakuna Matata right there. I get his perspective on this, but at the same time, some of those things are good for like just safety, security, and protection. You know what I mean? Just to have those like layers and stuff like that. But then again, I don't know how frequent he has been in these Kenyan streets. So I don't know. He might be good, but you know, for somebody that is their first time going out to Kenya or first time going out there. I mean, me personally, I would do something that does have some kind of form of security, some kind of check-in and stuff like that. It's always good whenever you're going to be in first country. But I mean, I don't know what you think, Joe.
Yeah, I mean, look, it seems as though this is not his first rodeo, right? He's been there a
Yeah.
couple times, so I guess he wanted to have this more authentic feel, and he's trading off privacy for a level of safety, right? And that's kind of what you're dealing with everything, right? Convenience or safety versus privacy,
Right.
Look, if you're a single woman, I would recommend going to one of those bigger buildings with security, et cetera, especially in any city. It doesn't matter what city we're talking about. We're not just talking about cities around the continent of Africa. We're talking about cities in general, right? If you're a single woman. If you're a guy too, and this is a new place for you, it always makes sense to go to a place that has a lot more security in a brand new city. You go to a place a few times, you get used to it, then maybe you want to do something like this. Now, he did mention privacy, and privacy came up first. And
Right.
so that seems to be what he's prioritizing. When people go to the continent, they tend to have a lot of fun. I don't know his particular circumstance, whether he's single, if he's in a relationship or whatever. But from what I understand, the ladies of Nairobi, if that's what he's into, are accommodating, and he may be thinking he doesn't want people in his business in a larger building, when he's out, out and about meeting women or whatever. So, I think that's based on his preference. I think for like I said, for a first time trip, I recommend to you all watching to stay, in a more modern building, and one that has security, just until you go back again and you get a chance to get a feel for the city, before you do something like this. Is a little bit more secluded, and kind of out the way. So well, it looks like it's in town, but it's secluded, right? So yeah, that's my thoughts.
Yeah, for sure, Steve. For sure, all that. And shout out to all the Nairobian women out there. All right, let's get back to it.
Prefer for that, but me, if I'm staying somewhere for a month, 2 months, I'm not really trying to deal with all of that. And having a swimming pool in Nairobi isn't really that important, because most of the year the weather is too cold for me to swim. Maybe some people can swim, but if it's an outdoor pool, nah. I stayed in a place in Kilimani over a year ago, and I thought I was going to be using the swimming pool. Well, somebody had the idea to put the swimming pool on the roof, and it got no direct sunlight, and it was freezing. It was freezing. And this was not in June or July. This was in November, when it shouldn't be that cold in Nairobi. But even on the sunniest days, it just was not warm enough to get in the swimming pool. I never saw a person in it the whole month or two that I stayed there. So with that being said, I'm finished. Out in the sun right before a workout. Loving it. Greetings, everybody. It is morning.
I'll be honest, y'all. Nairobi nightlife is something different, man. Something different. Shout out to my guy Marvin too, by the way. He told me this. He said sometimes people come to Kenya, come to Nairobi, and they spend their last dollar, man. They gotta call their family and friends to help them get out. And they had too much fun in Nairobi, man. Make sure you are disciplined when you in these when you in these Nairobi streets, man. Be disciplined. Oh my God. But anyway, Kenya's amazing, man. Shout out to Kenya, bro. Oh my God. It's hilarious.
And I'm just getting ready to get on the plane to Mombasa. It's a very short flight. I think it's like 45 minutes, hour maximum. We're at the domestic terminal. This is Terminal 2. This is my first time flying out of this one. It's very straightforward. Not a lot of long lines, not a lot of flights. I think only the very small aircraft fly out of here. So really, as long as you're here, I think about 40 minutes before your flight, you'll be good to go. They have a coffee shop here, a little cafe, if you need some caffeine to get your day started. And also they have a Java House, or Cafe Java, I forget which one. I think it's Java House. And you can access that from the parking lot straight out before you even enter the terminal. It doesn't seem very packed. It's an early Saturday morning. I'm looking forward to getting back to Mombasa and just enjoying the sun, a little bit of waves, and just seeing how the day goes. Yo, what's happening, everybody? Just pulled up to the new apartment here in Mombasa. I want to show you what that looks like real quick. We got a nice tour for y'all. So when you first walk in,
You've got this nice corridor. The first thing here, you've got a bedroom, you got a television, and this one. And it also has a bathroom en suite there. And we get a nice breeze coming through. Then you've got this other bathroom here with a shower, you know, so everybody has their space. Then over here, we got the second bedroom, and this one is spacious as well. You got 2 beds over here. And I'm gonna show you guys the rest of the place. Okay, so it's getting brighter over here. Let's see what the kitchen is looking like.
The apartments
Okay.
get progressively
All
bigger.
right. So we got
every place that he goes, right?
Yeah, the apartment definitely looks like it gets bigger each time, man. Shout out to Jay Focus, man. Not the nitpick, man. It just seems like he's really focused on like giving us apartment tours of his function out here. I want to go outside, bro. Take me outside, man. What's going on out here?
Yeah, you got a real short clip of the nightlife.
Right, I was like, nah, I need right addition. I need more. What was going on over there? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But it's all good. He said, "Watch until the end." Let me see if this is a trick or not.
Stove, you got a nice size full fridge, microwave, everything that you need. There's so much space here if you want to do some serious cooking. Now, I'm not going to be doing any serious cooking today, but the potential is there if I wanted to stay long term. You got a big space with your laundry machine. This whole area is just dedicated to clothing. You got buckets. You got everything for cleanliness right there. And I'm sure your stuff is going to dry really quickly here because it feels like it's 100 degrees right now. So here we have the living room, decent TV setup, very comfortable couches. You know, you can really do some hosting, some entertaining over here. And now I'm going to show you guys my favorite part about this place. This is the balcony. So from this balcony here, you guys can see I have a lot of space and I actually feel the ocean breeze. I don't know if you guys can see it behind me, but the ocean is right there. That's it. That's how close we are. I can see the waves in the distance and that's amazing. That's what I want to see, what I want to feel like when I'm on vacation. Let me know that I'm really somewhere, that I really left. So with that being said, the next major thing is going to be to actually head over to the beach. They say on Google, it's about a 12-minute walk, but I'm not walking anywhere in this midday heat. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a tuk-tuk, one of those little yellow tri-cabs with the passenger area in the back. We're going to hop on one of those, check out what the waves are.
Real quick,
I got to put my toes in the sand.
Africa,
that's how it really...
what they call the yellow tri-cabs. In West Africa, they're called keke.
Keke, okay.
Yeah, so it's tuk-tuk in East Africa, keke in West Africa. But I think it's called a rickshaw or something like that in India. So it's basically, it's 3 wheels, right? One in the back, one in the front, 2 in the back, and it's covered, right? And you just, they drive it. And so they have them in East Africa, they have them in West Africa. So when I was in Tanzania, that's what they were calling them, tuk-tuks. And I was like, okay, that's what you guys call them. We call them keke.
Yeah.
K-E-K-E-H, keke.
Gotcha. They also got some cool buses out there too, man, where they have like a lot of cultural icons or music icons on their buses and stuff like that. It's really, really cool.
I heard about that.
Yeah, man. Matatu, I think is what it's called. But yeah.
Relax. You know what I'm saying? That's when I know that I really went somewhere. When I feel that water on me, I'm gonna chill out there, maybe sip a little cocktail, pop a fresh coconut, and just be zen and let that stress melt away. So we got all that coming up for you.
What's happening? You can probably imagine this is one of the sweatiest days of my life. The heat here is, I can't even explain it to y'all. It's just something else, man. And this isn't even the hottest month. I think the hottest month is like December, January. So it's actually cooling down, if you can believe that. I'm gonna show you guys the coastline here in a second. This place we're at now is called Karchoma, and it is famous for the food here. They've got a swimming pool. But what I'm trying to see is some beach chairs. I'm trying to relax, trying to put my feet up. That's all I'm on right now. The views, man, wait till y'all see this view. Been waiting to see the ocean for a minute. This is the Indian Ocean, not the Pacific, not the Atlantic. So you got all kind of cuts of meats. They got the asobuco. What y'all know about that? The asobuco. Got the ribs. Sausages. I've never seen that before. The Rocky Jones, okay. This is live, okay. At the evening spot, we got a DJ. Oh, that breeze is majestic right now, man. I'm telling you, I needed it. I needed it in a major way. And there's not so many people on this site. My guys got the camel. I got my drink here. It's fresh, no sugar. We got banana, we got orange, and what was the other one they put in? Banana, orange, and apple juice. That's right. I guess apples are in season right now because I feel like I see apple all over the place. Not that I'm complaining. I mess with Apple. I'm not talking about laptops. Boom, boom.
Let's just talk about phone.
All right, man. Good. Shout out to J Focus, man. I wish I could have seen a little bit more of what actually is going on out here, but yeah, it's probably like in some other videos. But yeah, but shout out to him, man. Like he's he's living his best life, man. Shout out to Kenya, by the way, too. Subscribe to his channel, man. All right. Joe, I know you mentioned we probably gonna have to wrap. Let me see. I might stay on and do one more, but I understand if you gotta dip out, man. I completely understand.
Yeah, I can do probably one more. Y'all know the jobs. Gotta get back to work tomorrow.
Bro, no, I feel you, man. Same here, bro. I'm dreading it myself. I'm like, and I got an hour and a half drive back to drive back to my home, man. Yeah, bro. Yeah, man. I be putting in these hours, man. Top Hill, I love y'all.
Yeah, y'all gotta know. This is what we do for you guys.
Right.
You know, like I'm traveling this week, and it's a short week. And so it's gonna be really busy. But I definitely wanted to do this because I didn't want to try to do this from somewhere else. My internet connectivity is a little bit better here.
Right.
When I'm elsewhere, it's a little bit more challenging. So, but yeah, let's do one more, and then I'll definitely give my thoughts on it.
Okay. All right. So I think it's only right. We got to go down south, man. We was at the west. We went to the east real quick. We got to go down south, man. South Africa, what's going on? What's popping? I see y'all. I know it's been a little bit of a minute. Trust me, we still love y'all. We still here. You know what I mean? Shout out to my brother Steiger, man. All right. Let's get into it. This is from another new creator. It's called Going Farther Together. And the title is Cost of Living as Americans in Johannesburg, South Africa. Joe
That's an
Pearl.
amazing, by the way. Sorry.
You said it's amazing what?
Name. Go farther together.
Oh, go farther.
You guys know the African proverb, right? If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together.
See.
So that's why they named it that. That's a dope name. It speaks to that African proverb that I say it all the time. So.
That's fire. That's fire, man. I'm glad you taught me something, man. Yeah. So let's get into it. Let's get into it, man. If you guys are new here, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel. Let's get into it.
We've been living in South Africa for 3 months as expats from New York, and now we're in Johannesburg. And this week, we're taking you to the grocery store and around the city to show you exactly what an eventful day costs us here. Let's get it.
All right, so today we are going to go grocery shopping. We're at Rosebank Mall. There is a grocery store called Woolworths. We've been there a couple of times, and it is amazing.
Now, I heard about Woolworths. Woolworths is like our Whole Foods. Like, they're super, super expensive. Yeah. But yeah.
So many great organic products. It's like if Trader Joe's and Whole Foods had a baby. We're going to take you along with us. When you are here and you are trying to save some money, this is where you're going to want to go.
How much are the eggs?
So one thing we always rack up on when we come to Woolworths are the vegetables, and they're super easy because they come in the packages already washed. So it's just 1, 2, 3. They have them on sale. Buy any 2, saves 10 Rand, and they're only, 36 Rand. I'll definitely make sure I put the currency in Rand and US dollars on the screen. But yeah, I'm definitely going to rack up on these right now.
We just picked up some green peppers. We use them for pretty much everything. With our breakfast, we kind of do like a little breakfast scramble. with eggs, mushrooms, green peppers, and then we also use it in our dinner meals as well too. The green peppers are 42 Rand for a pack of 4.
I'm gonna pick up some bananas. I see them right in front of me. They're 37.99 Rand, and I like to freeze them because they go in my smoothies every morning. So I just picked up some mushrooms. Like I said, we like to have a nice veggie-packed breakfast, and I like to see that they have a lot of options here. They have king oyster mushrooms, shiitake mushrooms, portobello, so anything that you need. I got the regular shiitake for 34.99 Rand, which isn't bad. I thought about getting the exotic Rand, that's 62.99, and we're trying to stay in budget.
Just saw they had some okra, so I'm going to pick that up as well. That's going to go great with dinner.
So for our salads, I picked up a mini cucumber, which was only like 10 Rand. I already have one in the fridge at home, so I'm not going to rack up. Speaking of salads, I need to find some lettuce. I don't see anything. That's what happens when you come later in the evening. I figured that if you came on a Monday, that it would be okay, but the salad is always gone. I don't even see spinach. We're going to have to make it do what it do. Thank goodness I found the spinach for 29.99 Rand. I like to cook that up in the morning. You could eat it fresh, but I like to saute it with my vegetables. I'm glad I found that because all the lettuce is gone. Next, I'm going to pick up some avocados, which, are very reasonably priced here. I just get the bag, and if we could find it. Do you know where the bag of avocados are?
I know the price of eggs in the States is going crazy right now, but here in Johannesburg, you can get 18 pack of eggs for 110 Rand. Unbeatable value.
I'm gonna be honest, that's actually the same price, like around here. Like if you're not going to like some too crazy expensive, I just got a carton of 18 eggs for around $6 at like Costco, BJ's. So I know Woolworth is like very, very expensive. Like it's pretty much American prices in there. But but the quality of the food though is unmatched. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, you're spending a lot of money, but the quality, yeah, it's just unmatched. Like a lot of this stuff doesn't have like some of the preservatives and the BS and
GMOs.
Stuff like that. Yeah, man. Like I would gladly pay that price if I know like I'm getting value from it. You know what I mean? Yeah, compared to like paying that amount of money here and still like killing myself. You know what I mean?
Word.
So.
Yes.
So the meat here at Woolworths has been really good. We usually get a pack of chicken, which I'm going to grab now, and some ground beef because we're trying to, increase our protein intake. And let's see what the prices are. 176 Rand, not bad.
So let me tell you that I'm Jamaican without saying that I'm Jamaican. Gotta have some tea.
So last time I was here, I picked up the Woolworths brand of seasoning, and it's only like between 28 to 31 Rand, which I thought was reasonably priced because in the States, we cannot get a nice size seasoning for that price. But I want to get something to season the meat with, something that's like mixed, so I don't have to buy a bunch of different things. So I'm going to go with this Middle Eastern spice, or one of these, and it's only 43 to 34 Rand.
So what I really like about Woolworths is that there's a big assortment of products, but there's not too many options. It kind of reminds me of Trader Joe's. Honestly, it's like if Whole Foods and Trader Joe's had a baby, then this would be Woolworths.
I like how they go back and forth between the two of them.
Yeah.
Breaks it up a little bit. Give me some ideas for content I can do next time I travel to Ghana or Sierra Leone.
For sure, man. Like I think they're doing a great job working together on this, keeping it entertaining.
The last time I was here, I was so surprised to find the avocado oil so reasonably priced. I literally use it for everything, cooking, my hair, my skin. Yeah, so it's a multi-purpose product. I'm gonna pick up some tuna fish now because that's an easy thing to have for lunch. Just crack it open, and I'm also gonna pick up some chickpeas as well because we throw those in literally everything.
So although the water in South Africa is generally safe to drink and you can brush your teeth with it, we're a little bougie and we get bottled water anyhow. And here at Woolworths, it's 29 Rand for each one.
We always make sure that we have nuts in the house. I just picked up almond and cashew mix, and that's just something healthy to have in the house if I'm feeling a little peckish, if I want a quick snack. And compared to nuts in the States, I would say that 54 Rand is pretty reasonable. We typically don't buy juice because it's just an extra expense. We either have tea and water, and we're fine with that. But if you do want to have to buy some juice, they have a lot of different flavors here, and for 40 Rand, 100% fruit juice. So finding laundry pods abroad has been a struggle, and I'm surprised to see them here at Woolworths for $9. You get about 20, and I think that's pretty reasonable. They're just so much easier to travel with. You don't have to worry about things spilling in your bag, especially for something that's earth-friendly and all natural. I'm gonna pick it up.
While we don't eat bread in our diet, just in case that you do, we want to make sure that you guys are informed. And we're looking at the prices, and it's running between 20 to 27 Rand per loaf. So we picked up a lot of stuff. These groceries should last us the week. And I'm interested to see just what the damage is. We have a budget, and we want to see if all these groceries is going to really put a dent in it or if it's going to be really affordable for us.
So for groceries for the week, we spent 15.59 Rand, which is about $84, which I cannot beat that. In the States, we paid about like $120 or something every week
Not bad.
just for some groceries.
That's
So I'm very happy
For
with
two
that.
people, that's not bad at all.
Yeah, it's not bad.
To get to know the
Especially
history here
because I
and explore
spend
parts of Joburg
$88
we've
every
never
time
seen
I go,
before, we
maybe
highly
twice a
recommend
week.
going on a free walking tour.
You say you spend $80 every single time?
Yeah, it might be twice a week. So
Right.
like depending on how often I'm going, it's just for me, you know. But I also go to it's a convenience store, so it's gonna cost a little bit more. But yeah, I spend more than that. Not in Sierra Leone, I don't spend that kind of money, or in Ghana. It's much less there. I think it seems like it's a little bit more expensive here, but that's probably because they're at like a bigger name brand shop. I wonder if maybe the smaller shops aren't as expensive. This is a company that's all around the country, so I would imagine, you know, they have like more overhead, so they probably charge a little bit more.
Right, exactly. Yeah, like I'm curious to know like how much it would be if they went to the market. You know what I mean? And
Right, exactly.
that cost would be probably a lot different. But it's still
I didn't realize the video was this long.
Yeah.
22 minutes.
Right. Yeah.
We found our tour guide Sean on Guru Rock, and we'll leave the link in the description for you. So as you can see right behind me, I'm in front of the Museum of Africa, and if you're in Johannesburg, you should definitely come check it out. It's underrated and it's free, and it's definitely something to do if you're in the area, so come check it out. If you're into the arts, we highly recommend checking out the Market Theater. It's a cornerstone of the local art scene, known for powerful performances and its historic role during the apartheid era. Johannesburg has a rhythm and soul that's unlike anywhere else, and we felt it even more during our walking tour with Sean. He has a deep understanding of the history and culture, and thanks to him, we saw a side of Joburg that we never would have found on our own. So we just finished eating the best Nigerian food we've ever had. Well, this is our first time actually having it in the first place, and it was a really nice introduction to Nigerian food. We're eating at this place called Triumph's Kitchen. If you're ever in Joburg, come here if you want some authentic Nigerian food. You will not be disappointed. Although the walk is free, we tipped him $40 because we had an amazing time, but you can tip whatever you want based on your personal experience. Right now, we are checking out the Wits Art Museum, which is a really nice place to be. Not only is it free to enter, but it's in the Braunfontein neighborhood. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's just an Uber ride away from the Constitution Hill, maybe like 5 minutes or so. So if you're looking for a nice thing to check out that's free, definitely come here.
So we are here as a part of our tour that we booked on Guru Walk, and it's the second stop, like everyone was saying, right after Constitution Hill. Definitely worth checking out, whether you come here as a part of the tour or you're just looking for something to check out on your own.
Yes. One of the highlights was definitely the street art. Johannesburg is full of murals that carry real meaning. They're not just pretty backdrops. They tell a story of the city's resilience, its struggles, and its pride.
Stopped at a restaurant called Weed Lovers Market. They have so much great food. We're going to have some pop, some Buddha voice, which is basically like European sausage, and also chakalaka and some beetroot. If you hadn't had chakalaka before, when you come here, you definitely have to try it. It's so good.
Oh, this one over here is called pap. This is basically mealie meal, which is corn, and it's grinded until it's fine and it's white. Then they boil it. So pap is called different names in different parts of Africa because it's made differently. In Nigeria, they call it semolina. They cook it all night. This one is cooked in like 20, 25 minutes. This one is called stave pap. This one is called sishebo. Sishebo is basically a tomato paste mix. This is boerewors, wors for short, but boerewors as in Buddha's sausage. Yeah, they have competitions with it, and they like making it with a lot of fatty animals, springbok, animals like that. Animals you can think of stuffed in there. This is the famous chakalaka. It's a bean salad mixed with carrots.
I love chakalaka.
And this is the beetroot. All right.
Beetroot?
So normally when you eat this, take a piece of the pap. So the pap is tasteless because there's so many spices around here. It balances them out. So you take a bit of the pap with some gravy on top of it. There we go. Your meat.
It's like a little sandwich.
Chakalaka. And beans. And normally Africans eat with their hands. But you can eat it. And what they would do is they would split the pap and make it a sort of a ball in their hand. Then they will take the shebo and all the beans. Then some of them do it in reverse. They eat the meat first and then they balance with the pap and everything.
If anything, hands is
Best way.
It's like fufu.
It's my first bite. That meat is really good.
So that's really good. Nyama.
Nyama?
Yeah. That's the nyama. Nyama is really good.
I'm like him. I'm
scared of what
he
he
did interview.
Solid
I
knife.
thought he was gonna use the fork and knife.
Oh, he did. He went straight into it, right?
Yeah, he went straight in. I thought he was gonna use a fork and knife. Yeah, so it's like fufu. So in West Africa we have fufu, and it's very similar. You basically you eat it with the other. It has some flavor to it, but it's mostly flavorless. Now it doesn't have that much flavor. Because the idea is that you eat it with the other food that has more flavor, right? So it's interesting to see South Africans have a very similar process that looks a little bit like what you have in West Africa.
Right. Yeah, man. Them the traditions travel strong, man.
I like the eight.
Yeah, so good.
Concrete chocolate.
I've officially had pop for the first time.
Yeah.
And you can have it in so many different ways. Yeah. You can have it as a breakfast thing.
Yeah, because we eat this thing called like cream of wheat or like porridge.
Yeah, porridge. Exactly.
Yeah, and it's like it reminds me of that. Or like grits.
So
this was such a beautiful experience that I think about to this day. Waylon, if you're watching this, shout out to you. We hope you're well. But honestly, this is what traveling is all about. Meeting new people, conversing. It's just the best. Let's head out to one of our favorite restaurants here in Johannesburg, Mama Samba, where we met another special local. The spot is such a vibe. No matter when you come, I'm such a sucker for decor, but thankfully the food is just as good.
Good morning. So today we are at Rosebank Mall, and we walked by this really great looking restaurant called Mama Samba. They had a really, really great looking menu, lots of sushi, lots of different bowls. So we're hungry and we are going to get a bite to eat. And if you're wondering why we're thinking about sushi,
I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Like whenever you see a diasporan in Africa, look at the smile on his face. You can't even lie. You can't even hide
Oh
it.
yeah.
That's black man joy right there. You know what I mean? That's peace. That's like I am good. I'm happy. I'm well fed. The sun is hitting me good. The people are nice. Like it's a vibe, man. So
100%. I agree with you 100% for sure.
yeah.
eat in the morning. It's actually the afternoon. It's noon. We're getting ready to eat our lunch here, and I literally cannot wait.
So I ordered a latte just to get my energy up for the day. And it's nice and warm. Like Yvonne said, it's a very rainy day here in Johannesburg. It was pouring a couple minutes ago. Oh, yeah. That's really good.
Very impressed by the coffee. Not to mention, it's a very cold and gloomy day in Johannesburg, so this is perfect. So I hope that you guys will listen and not judge because we went a little crazy. Well, not too crazy, but we ordered quite a couple things that we wanted to try from here. I got a fried chicken bowl, we got some bao buns, and we got some sushi. It looks incredible. We're going to put that on screen for you right now, and we cannot wait to dig in.
So we also ordered a lamb empanada. It looks really good. Get into it. Ooh. I'm going to dip it in this sauce that they gave us. Messy. Mm. Mm-hmm. It has a nice crisp on the outside. It's like flaky as well. There's this herbal taste that I'm getting. I don't know if it's mint or cilantro, but it's taking the flavors up a notch. And the meat is very juicy and tender. Now I'm about to get into the fried chicken bao bun. Levon was nice enough to save for me. Mm. There's like this sweet mayo sauce on it or something. Delicious.
So I'm going to try the crispy.
I ain't gonna lie. I like a good travel foodie channel. I'm not going to.
Yeah. I mean, it makes you feel like you're right there with them. I realized, I mean, it takes a lot of work to do this, guys. Those who are watching, because I used to do vlogs from restaurants. You get vlog fatigue, man, like doing these vlogs all the time. But it's really important because you guys get a chance to see what it's like from within it's like you're there sitting with them.
Exactly.
And so this tells me I got to start doing more vlogs again. This is what I'm seeing, you know?
And it's a lot of work, but also I think you're probably similar to me. Like when I did my vlogs, I was just, it was a lot, man. Like I would try to overthink it or overdo it, you know what I mean? And I noticed that sometimes that some of the most simplest vlogs are the ones that do the absolute best, you know what I mean? So.
Agreed. Yeah, for sure.
Chicken bao buns. That is so good. It's fresh. Has a nice like pop of flavor from the mango or pineapple that's on here with a very creamy sauce. The chicken is fried really well. Generous portion of fried chicken. So far, so good. Now let's see if the crispy pork belly bao bun is as good as the fried chicken one.
Yeah, no
very
pork
good
on my
so far.
fork.
2 out of 2. The pork is very tender, very juicy. They're using some kind of really, really nice tasting like barbecue sauce on here as well. 10 out of 10.
You say you good off the pork?
I say, yeah, no pork on my fork. I don't even speak pig Latin. But, you know, do your thing. Do your thing.
Right.
That's a ludicrous line from like 2001. But yeah.
Somebody caught it. Yeah, man. I'm good off that too. Yeah, I can't do too much with pork. It'll make me sick. But yeah. But you know, probably outside, like I said, outside of, especially not in America, man.
Well, yeah, I mean, look, what you're talking about here is, you know, these are going to be more naturally raised, and look, the presentation, by the way, let me say, is spectacular. That food presentation was top notch. I mean, the decor in that restaurant was great. The food presentation was amazing. It seems as though people don't get up so early to go to this restaurant to eat. They look like they're like the only ones in there. But yeah, I can imagine that food, you know, it tastes good if, you know, that's what you're eating. You know, the like I said, the presentation was amazing.
For sure.
So far on the bao buns.
We've been in Johannesburg for a minute, so it's going to be a really nice treat to get some sushi because I can't remember the last time I had some sushi. So I'm about to dig in and try some right now. That looks really good. Mm. Mm-hmm. I'll put the name of whatever we got on the screen. It's delicious. Didn't even use soy sauce. Hey, you guys, this is our server, Jabu. He was great. He made sure that we had a good seat. He made sure that our food was great and arrives on time and everything. So if you come here.
Me?
Yes.
Here. It's Jabu, Mama Samba, Rose Bank. Come and share the meal with us.
Yes, you have a great time. So overall, Mamba Samba was a really good experience. If you are in the Rosebank area and you want something good to eat, we highly recommend coming here. And for all the food that we got, it was about $48 US. So not bad, especially for getting 2 types of sushi rolls and bao buns and all this stuff. So
for sure, man. No,
Yeah,
that was
yeah. Oh, so they do a weekly vlog. Well done. That was a really good vlog. They know what they're doing. I like
yeah,
how they work together too.
absolutely.
Um, well, look, shout out to King Joseph in the building,
Oh
subscriber
man,
of my channel, showed up from California. Uh, but yeah, I definitely like this vlog, and I'm glad that I was able to join the stream.
yeah,
I got to power down in a moment here. I'm running my battery is running low. Um, but yeah, but I'm glad I was able to do this. I would love to do it again, especially with the larger group. Whenever if you'll have me on again, I'd love to come back.
absolutely, man. It was a pleasure having you on. Sorry, guys, my camera died on me, so I had to do this horrible camera on my laptop, as you can see the contrast. But yeah, man, Joe, it was a pleasure to have you on, man. We had this was a really great stream, W stream for sure. And yeah, we got to have you back on when I have my co-host back, Carmen. And we can dive into some more topics and stuff like that for sure, man. And then we gotta come out and join you, man. When you go out to Sierra Leone, man, we need to go out there too, man. I need to
Oh
see it.
yes.
Yeah, we're trying to get on the continent, man. We're not just trying to be at home all day long. We're trying to go and touch the people. You know what I mean? So
Well, whenever you make that plan to travel, I will likely be there because I'm there. I'm going to be there at least 3 times a year. We're working on 4 times a year next year. So I'll be in Ghana and Sierra Leone in December. I'm in Sierra Leone for most of December, and then Ghana for the last half of it or the last part of it. So if that's this year or sometime next year, we got to make it happen
for
because
sure,
I'm there.
for sure, man, for sure. Well, guys, thank you guys so much for tuning in to another Top Hill Live, man. We really appreciate it, and shout out to all the people on Joe's side as well too, man. This is a lot of fun, man. We definitely gotta do this again, man. So shout out to everybody that pulled up. And yeah, man, I go by the name of Mr. Top Hill Live, aka Imani Raw. Shout out to the official Carmen, and we'll catch you guys next week. We out. Peace.